Yo, stand up, we gon' make some moves tonight. Yeah, stand up, got something to prove tonight. So stand up, we ain't gonna plan tonight. We gonna take action on our dreams and fight, alright. We ain't gonna stall, never stop. We gon' make it all to the top. We ain't gonna plan tonight. We gonna take action on our dreams and fight, alright. Yeah, time to stand up, take control tonight. Spent too much time on the plan, it's right. It's time to execute now on your dream in life. Gotta fail fast, learn, try again and fight, alright. Pull the trigger, 6, 7 figures. Making that money from the drive that's in ya. Gold digger, making money quicker. Pain is good, make your skin a little thicker. It ain't luck, anyone that's at the top, no it ain't luck. It's a grind, it's a time since the day one. It's your mind deep inside, how you stay tough, how you get back up. You put the work in and it comes back. Multiply, stack, execute and you can take that. What you want bad, it's the truth, I'm the change that you can make fact. Yeah, I've done it, it ain't luck, I can teach you. Stand up, we gon' make some moves tonight. Yeah, stand up, got something to prove tonight. So stand up, we ain't gonna plan tonight. We gonna take action on our dreams and fight, alright. We ain't gonna stall, never stop. We gon' make it all to the top. We ain't gonna plan tonight. We gonna take action on our dreams and fight, alright. Hey, hey, hey. We gonna take action on our dreams and fight, alright.
What's going on?
Oh, not much, Derek. I just got out of a 10-hour meeting a half hour ago.
You got like sun like beaming in your face.
Oh, is that distracting?
Yeah.
Close my blinds. All right, give me a minute.
Oh yeah, like you see blinds on your face and everything.
Okay, hold on.
All right. So Julio's having a costume change. It's funny. As soon as I turned it on, all I saw was lines. A little bit better. A little bit.
Give me a minute. Another minute.
All right. So while he's fixing his blinds and stuff, we're going to talk about a few things. I don't have a ton to talk about, but what we're going to talk about is got like a lot of legs to it. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the I don't know how familiar people are, so excuse me if I'm explaining something you guys know or don't care. Is there is a huge streamer. He's got millions of followers, The Quartering. Mm-hmm. He does pop culture. He talks a little bit about the politics. He's got a coffee company. He's a big YouTuber. Mm-hmm. And he likes to booze it up and then go on X and just reams people out on X. So he already had a reputation about getting drunk on X and then just going nuts on X.
Sounds like fun.
So yeah. So everybody can get caught in the trap of X, regardless if you're drinking or not. Mm-hmm. It's a cesspool. So it's one of those things. So anyway, so he had a reputation for that. He had made a comment about Kino Casino. I don't know if you know who the Kino Casino guys are.
That is Andy Worski and I forget the guy, Ashton, PPP, and they're kind of aligned with Kiwi Farms, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they basically take a topic and roast the shit out of people. Mm-hmm. Like they roast them. If you know that going in, Like when I first saw them, I'm like, I don't know. These guys are kind of annoying. I don't know.
No, I
But the
agree.
more that you watch them, the more it's like you get the bit that they're trying to do. All they do is just sit there and roast whoever it is their target is. They did Nick Rekieta. They
Mhm.
did Steel Toe. They've done all kinds of them where they just roast people.
Mhm.
So the Quartering made a comment about banning their channel because he has power to do it.
Okay.
And then 2 days later, Kino Casino's clip channel got banned. And the Quartering came out and said that he did it. And that there was somebody had seen a live stream that he had a folder open when he had pulled up a screen or something.
Mhm.
And it was right there that he flagged somebody. And everybody's like, wait a minute, they got flagged the same time that he was live streaming.
I
So
see.
this
So,
whole thing about flagging people.
well, let me ask you a question real quick, if you know. Kino Casino does transformative content in their clips, correct? So they'll watch a clip and then comment on it like we do,
Yeah,
right?
they'll roast the crap out of it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool.
So he admitted it. He's getting dunked on. Okay.
Mhm.
Then you have people that made deals with him as far as like promoting his coffee company or whatever it is. And then you have the internet that wants people to pick sides, number one. And then number two, you have people that like they're friends with these people over here, but they don't want to ruin their money. So they kind of play like hush hush about it. Meanwhile, it's getting that bag at the same time.
Sure.
And then when somebody points it out, they don't like it. So it's like I understand that there's a whole big thing about this, and we talk about film and music and everything. But Chrissie Mayr is a comedian.
Mhm.
She's been a comedian for a very long time, and she plays in the big clubs.
Mhm.
So she is the type of person we talk about. We don't necessarily talk about the Quartering or anybody like that, but people like Chrissie Mayr, we do.
You
So
can
I
argue.
wanted to have a conversation about that. Okay.
All right. You
And
can
there's
argue.
a lot of context to it that I want to talk to, not just about this incident, but kind of like bigger as far as like, why would you go into business with somebody that you don't trust? Or why would you do this? So there's a lot more to it that we're going to talk about than just this.
Okay. Well,
Even
I'm
though this is sort of the main thing of it.
I'm looking forward to learning about it. What I saw a bunch of clips and shows on YouTube about it, and I really
Yeah.
couldn't get my head around it. I watched Nerdrotic made a statement about it because
Which I have that one. I have 2 videos and one of them is Nerdrotic.
I couldn't get my head around what he was saying. He seemed like he
Yeah.
was kind of jumping around and not really landing the plane in what he was saying, but we'll see. I know Melanie Mack is involved somehow.
Melanie Mack works for the Quartering. She works.
Oh.
She's on the payroll and works for the Quartering. So she immediately started running cover for the Quartering, even though a Quartering came out and said that yeah, he did it. And it's not like it's a couple dollars. Their clips channel makes $100,000 a year, just their clip channel.
Just off the bat, my stance on clip channels is if you add something to it, it's protected under free speech.
Well, it's their own clips. It's their own clips.
Right. But then if you see there's other channels who just release clips with no commentary.
Yes. Yeah.
That if those channels get struck, I don't care.
Yeah.
I mean, there's
Kino Casino's not like rules, and both of them are at play here. Number one is nobody wants false banning or false flagging anybody's channel because we're low. We don't make money.
No.
But there's some channels that make a bunch of money, and that's what they do for a living. So it's like this whole false flagging thing. It's like an unwritten rule where you don't do it unless somebody's breaking the law or something like that. You don't just because you're mad, you false flag somebody's channel. So there's a lot of that going on because Jeremy had false flagged the Kino Casino's clip channel.
Kino Casino, who is protected under the fair use clause of the copyright amendment of some, so that's ridiculous. No, you should not flag them. Then you're just using the YouTube strike system,
basically,
from a bullying standpoint, which is
basically I don't like what you have to say, so I'm just gonna
right.
So it's an unwritten rule that all these people are just like jumping up for craziness. Okay, so this first clip that we're gonna watch is, and this is a long clip, so we're not gonna watch the whole thing. I just want to play part of it to kind of give you context, you know.
All right.
Okay, so the two gentlemen to the right is Kino Casino.
Yep.
Chrissie Mayr was told, because she works for the quartering, she takes money from the quartering. What's up, Scarborough? She's got his coffee company as a sponsor below her videos.
Okay.
So she gets money from the quartering.
Okay.
And when she was asked to basically just like, you know how you always say, like, if you don't have, like, sometimes you just shut up. Just shut up.
Mm-hmm.
She did not shut up. And then she brought on somebody that also works for Jeremy that is basically sweeping for him, making excuses because she's getting paid by him. It's one of these things where it's like, I work for a company, my 9 to 5. I don't like everything that they do or say to me, but you're never going to see me sweeping for them. I'm just like, I'm here for a paycheck. I'll do what they want me to do. As soon as it's time to punch out, I'm out.
Right.
I don't agree with everything that they do. So why would I sweep for them? No, I follow the rules. They tell me what to do. I do it, and then I jam. You know what I mean?
Yep, I hear you. So let me make sure I got this straight. Melanie Mack works directly for the quartering. Chrissie Mayr does not work directly for the quartering, but shills his coffee company.
That's correct.
On her channel. Okay,
She's got a deal with him about shilling his coffee company. That's correct.
And I am familiar with Kino Casino. I have attempted to watch some of their clips, and they're too annoying for me. I can't.
Yeah, they get a little crazy. Yes.
Yeah.
But even though they get a little crazy, they don't deserve to just randomly get squashed because a big creator doesn't like them.
I agree.
You just don't watch them.
Right.
What you always say, shut up. Just don't say nothing.
Yeah. Just don't watch it.
Just don't watch it. Shut up. Zip it. So this is, like I said, we're gonna play this clip. Like I said, it's a long clip, so we're not playing the whole thing. I just wanted to give you some context.
Camelot's about to lose his entire fucking income if Jeremy cries out of his bum one more time.
And here's the thing, Ash.
Okay, so the Casino Boys had basically given the revenue to their editor. They couldn't pay him, but they said, hey, if you establish a clip channel, you can have the revenue for that.
Nice.
So that clip channel makes like $100,000 a year.
Hell yeah.
And that goes to their editor. That goes to the guy that works for him, basically.
Okay.
So when the quartering basically said, I don't like you, I'm going to strike their channel, he basically fucked over a guy that basically that's what he's doing for a living.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why Casino Boys have just been hopped up on PCP. He hopped up on everything because their board basically got squashed.
Well, I would. Okay, the quartering should not have struck the channel. Period.
Yeah,
flagged it. I agree with that. Who gets the money on Casino side? It's who cares. That's not quartering's. Who gives a shit? He shouldn't. If he was going to strike them, it shouldn't matter who's getting the money.
But they're all automatically going to make it personal. That's what I'm saying. Is it?
Well, that's what they do.
Yeah. So anyway,
Mikey No More had his chant.
Was friends with quartering, and he still backed us. And he backed Flash.
Copium. There's so many. Yeah. There's so many. I can't even remember all of them off the top of my head.
I wish I had a list. I honestly wish we had.
Alyssa Clips had issues as well. Age restricted videos.
Duty streams.
Duty got a strike.
Fuck, man.
Yeah, clip channels. Exactly what you're talking about. That's what they're talking about.
Okay, but hold on though. Alyssa Clips does not do transformative content. They just.
Yeah, she just cut and paste it, right?
Okay, yeah. If she just cuts and pastes it and doesn't have any commentary over it without the original content creator's permission, then I'm all for striking those channels if people want to. I wouldn't do it, but I get it.
Man,
something that
again,
other than
if we did that and Flash bashed us, it'd be right for Flash to bash us. If we threatened some guy for making fun of us and then that person's channel removed, I would expect everyone to rape us.
This is the thing too. This isn't coming from some
in Minecraft
woke leftist, feminist, communist,
Sarkeesian or something.
You know what I mean? This isn't Caffles that's doing this or Brianna Wu or what. This is happening from a supposed free speech warrior who made his entire name off the tagline, "My channel is under attack." And now he's putting other people's channels under attack, if not directly, like what he did to us, then indirectly through the atmosphere that he has cultivated in the last number of weeks. And we have people out here running damage control, sweeping the broom. You guys are going to get just as pissed as I am as we work our way through this Chrissie Mayr situation. Because at first you think, okay, maybe she...
So I was hoping they were going to play a little bit more of her reaction. So So Chrissie
to it.
Mayr basically was making faces. And then she didn't say anything, but you could tell that she was a little bit like perturbed that they were talking about the quartering. And
Okay.
they're like, okay, Chrissy, if you're gonna go, like, if you're gonna live stream, just throw it all out. Like, put it all, you're gonna get roasted regardless. So just put your chips on the table and just let it ride. Take the beating, and when it's over, then you're done. So I think it was Camelot that said, hey, Chrissy, come on my channel. I'm gonna ask you some hard-hitting questions that you ain't gonna like, but at least you'll get roasted and I'll protect you so that you're on my channel and then it's over with. What Chrissie Mayr does is she puts her stream on subscribers only, and then so only certain people can join the channel. And then her apology was basically just like not even an apology. It was like, well, I have a kid and my husband is this, and it's just like the one girl that was on there. She's got the black hair. She's
the pretty girl, Brittany Venti.
Venti, yeah. She's on there. She's like, Chrissy, you're not being a good friend. Like, you wouldn't let me explain anything. Then it's like I asked you to let me on your channel so that we could talk about it, and you basically shunned me. And Chrissie Mayr's basically like, well, you know, my husband needs help, and then I've got a baby that like it wasn't even an apology. Okay, like she could not even fucking apologize for anything.
Let's back the freight train up. I'm not sure what is Chrissie Mayr, who, by the way, just as a personal note, I think is funny. I generally like her. What did she do that brought ire upon her? Like
because she was making excuses for the quartering, and she was making faces during the live stream that she knew that the quartering actually did it.
Oh, I see. All right, so she knew what happened, and she was pretending she didn't.
Yes.
Is that pretty much it?
That's pretty much it.
I thought she was converting to Catholicism. That's not very Christian.
Okay, so she did convert to Catholicism and wore a leopard skin shirt to get. Okay, yeah, we're gonna have a conversation about that.
Okay, well, I'll wait till later.
That's the multiple layers thing that we're gonna talk about.
Good. All right, you drive and point at me when you want me to talk.
Really doesn't know, but at a certain point, she gets gleeful in shutting down the discussion, gleeful in sweeping it up. She loves being a janitor. This puts Shannon Gaines to shame.
Of course, this stream is coming up a lot for you.
Yeah, but like, man, the quartering, Jeremy has been such an amazing friend to me. And
it doesn't matter if you're an amazing friend. If your amazing friend stabs someone in the park, are you going to defend them?
Exactly.
Anyway, right? That's a good point.
Rare good point from Andy Worski.
So, okay, see what she's doing. She's looking at the chat, okay? And during this time, there's orange emojis that are like piling in her chat. And those are all the people that are in support of the casino guys.
Gotcha.
They're littered in her chat. So she sees it. You know how much money that she made on this stream, not apologizing to her quote unquote friend and having somebody that is kind of controversial in Melanie Mac because she comes on shorts and calls people N-words. And I don't like Melanie Mac at all.
Yeah, I think I'm neutral on her.
Yeah, so she had one nuclear person and somebody that is kind of nuclear, and Chrissy. Okay, so they're littering her thing. She made $2,500 during this live stream.
Nice.
Yeah, that's insane.
I don't blame Chrissie Mayr for that. I blame the people giving her money.
Well, most of the questions were basically like asking her like to clarify why she thought this and why she's coping for the quartering and all this other stuff.
Okay.
So anyway, so let me unshare this. So now the conversations that I want to have that are based off of this is a few different things that are related but kind of not related. We had a conversation about Chrissie Mayr, what, a year ago, maybe 10 months ago. Very funny. She's a comedian. She worked up into the ranks. She was part of the Dabbleverse and Anthony Cumia's business. And then she got let go from there, and she's still been kind of hanging around like the Geeks and Gamers people.
It's on FNT.
I always thought that Chrissie Mayr was bigger than Geeks and Gamers. And she's in a different she's in a different area of entertainment that none of the other guys in Geeks and Gamers and some of her friends that are in.
She's a club comic.
Yeah, she's in a different place. Okay.
Yep.
I get the feeling that because the Geeks and Gamers guys throw her money, that she kept on just basically, like, if you watch a live stream and there's like 8 of them on a live stream, she don't say anything. She doesn't add anything to the conversation. Nothing.
Let me inject something to that. I used to watch FNT often.
Yeah, and back a few years ago, yeah.
They would steamroll her. Like, she had some good zingers, and they would just talk over it and not hear it. So maybe she got frustrated, and just now she just doesn't say anything.
It's possible. When she did her characters, that shit was funny.
It was hilarious. Frost was fucking hilarious. Yeah,
that shit was hilarious. So I always thought that she was in a different, not necessarily better, but she was in a different place than the other people were.
Not solely an internet celebrity. She actually had a real job outside the internet. Comedian.
But it's like, knowing this, that the Geeks and Gamers guys and some of the other people, not just Geeks and Gamers, but other groups or whatever, people on the internet, they will burn you if you cross somebody, or if you talk shit about somebody, or whatever it is. Chrissie Mayr, why would she even bother getting involved in any of that shit?
Maybe she thinks it helps her sell tickets, maybe.
Most people on the internet don't go see these people live.
Well, FNT gets quite a bit of views. It probably helps a little bit, maybe. I don't know. Or maybe she's just friends with Gary and wants to hang out. I don't know.
I mean, if it was if it was a couple of them doing a live stream, that's one thing. But there was like 10 of them.
Yeah, well, that's
you ain't
ridiculous.
Getting nothing. Word edwise.
Stupid.
So it's like, and then the quartering has a reputation, and it's not just the quartering. It could be anybody. It could be outside of the internet. If somebody has a reputation like the quartering, and I get a call tomorrow or an email from the quartering saying, Derek, I want to do a collab with you. I want to do something with you. I'm going to respectively turn them down. Yeah. Because I know of the past. I know of all the accusations. I know all that stuff. I just don't want to be involved. Is half of the shit that people are saying bullshit? Probably. It's the fucking internet. So I'm not going to completely agree or disagree with what his lifestyle is or whatever the fuck he's doing or something. So like, I get that, but it's just like, that's not the direction that I would go. And it's like, I respectfully no. But there's a lot of people out there that will take that fucking money, and then when shit goes south, it sucks for them and they want to cry. As far as I know, the quartering used to be super successful. As an internet person, like, made tons and tons of money. And then some stuff happened, and now he's kind of e-begging. He's not quite what he once was. And you kind of wonder, to your point, why these people just don't go get a job and just say, I'm a little too old for this stuff. I'm going to go get a career. It's got to be the money. They got to be bringing in some good money that's going to be more than what a job would give them. Yeah, but he's taken so much. He's been humiliated nonstop for years. Yeah. Like, there's got to be a point in time you have to have some sense of pride in yourself and say, you know what? I've had it with this, and go a different direction. But he seems to refuse to do it, and he keeps bungling things, and he's an easy target, and everybody kind of attacks him because the default mode of all these internet people is attack. How they make money. Yeah. Kino Casino, all of them. Dabbleverse people. Okay, if you didn't know the quartering, okay, and Jeremy Wembley came into your was interviewed by you for a job. He had jobs when he was younger, because he talks about having jobs when he's younger, but he hasn't been in the workforce for at least 10 years. At least. Well, here will be the problem. He's got no skills other than internet personality. He would have to explain the gap in his resume. Or if he put on his resume, internet, whatever, this, that, and the other thing, then I would look into it, and then I wouldn't hire him, because I would see what a buffoon he is on the internet. He doesn't have reputable experience. No. Yeah. No.
I mean, I don't know if I was hiring for like a Walmart greeter or something. Sure. No, I'm seriously, no criminal record. Fine. You want to go dig ditches? Great. But yeah,
so you're answering your own question about some of these people are married to the game. Like if I was still in LA and I was freelancing and it was coming in on a regular basis, I would be married to the game too.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's certain sacrifices that I want to make to do what I like doing. But if it's not working, I got to pivot. I don't have a choice in the matter. You know what I mean? And that's pretty much what I had to do is kind of pivot. It's like, okay, I'm not going to be able to freelance and stuff like that. I can't afford it, but it's like, I'm going to settle down. I'm going to do this and I'm going to start doing my own projects. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, I had to pivot, but it was like, it takes planning. Some of these people just, especially the girls, I'm hot. Somebody's going to pay me.
But yes, that's exactly why anybody ever gives money to any girl on the internet is because they're hot, which,
yeah,
fine. Brittany Venti actually has a bonus. Is actually she's quite clever and smart and super hot. Like she's got the whole thing going on. But there's some girls that are
annoying as hell. Oh my god!
Really? Oh, I like her. Oh, okay.
I can't stand her. I actually liked Chrissie Mayr until this whole thing was just like, what are you doing? Have a little bit of dignity. So that because that tells me that the stand-up comedy thing isn't a thing anymore, or she's getting limited dates. So she's shill baby shill on the internet.
So what she did wrong to you, and I'm assuming most of these people that are attacking her lately, because Chrissy seems to be the butt of the joke now. Like everybody's attacking her. Her crime, I guess, was pretending she didn't know something happened when it actually happened because it was her friend.
Yes.
Okay, I'm still not convinced why we should hate her, but okay.
Well, it's I didn't pull the clip up because I would have to go over hundreds and hundreds of hours of video. But there was a part where she basically picks up her phone and you could see it in her face that, oh shit.
You know what? Actually, I take my comment back. If she's lying to her audience, that's not good. Because if you're on a show trying to get money, you owe something to your audience to be authentic, at least.
And that's what Gary Nerdrotic says.
Okay.
He said nothing about the. He talks about not liking the drama, which is why I pulled the clip up because he doesn't like the drama either. But about your audience, don't think that they're the reason that you exist. Why would you treat them like they're 5 years old?
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm just trying to get my head around it. That's all. But yeah, she should. Yeah. If she's e-begging and farming money off the chat, then you have a responsibility to be, like I said, genuine with your audience. Because people don't like fake people. People don't like inauthentic and disingenuous people. And they will sniff it out. The chat's always right.
Well, I mean, and the casino guys have been on it for a week. So,
well, they're going to milk this for all it's worth.
Oh, yeah, they will. They were looking at how much she makes on a regular stream. And then the stream that was her apology stream, she made $2,500. And she invited somebody that's kind of nuclear. And it was like she didn't shill like Steel Toe does, but she invited somebody on there knowing that she was going to get super chats with it.
Okay, so for me so far, villain number one, the real bad guy is the quartering for striking a channel that he had no right to strike.
Correct. And then you have people that are being paid by the quartering that they're sweeping and making excuses for, like, I don't make excuses for anybody's bad behavior.
If somebody said something bad about you, Derek, to me, for instance, on a stream, I would say, and I knew you did it. I would say, Derek's my buddy. I don't know anything. That's it. I wouldn't say you didn't do it.
Yeah.
I would go, I don't know. You have to talk to Derek. I don't know.
That's what I would do. You got to talk to Julia about that, dude. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't see nothing. What are you talking about?
But if somebody, so I would be like that. But if somebody said, well, on page 3 of this video, or 2765 of this video, you said this, then it's hard to be like, you know what? It wasn't me.
That's true. And that's a good point. And my default to that is I try my best to never say that person shouldn't have done that. Yeah. I'd rather say I wouldn't have done that if I were them, which is basically how I feel. Like I wouldn't have done that, but I don't know. Fuck it. They did. So I'm not talking about like murder and that kind of stuff. I'm just talking about
we're not talking about
internet trespasses
against the law, basically.
Yeah. So were I Chrissie Mayr, from what I understand, I would say Yeah, I don't agree with the striking the channel. I don't think it was within his rights to do it, but I don't control what he does. There.
Oh, okay. She told Camelot that she knew about it and had Melanie Mack specifically on her drama view. So she inserted her willingly.
All right. So
it's almost like I know a thing about you, Julio, and the chat knows a thing about you, but you don't know a thing. And then I'm like, Julio, let's do a show on Tuesday. And then all of a sudden you get fucking blasted, and it's like, what the fuck happened? Basically, so that's what happened.
Knowingly lying to her audience and maybe using her friends to get chats and super chat money.
Yes.
Okay, that's messed up. I will say no prior convictions though for Chrissie, because I don't recall her ever doing anything quite like this. It's kind of out of character, I think, for her. But if that's what she did, and it sounds like that's what she did, not how I would have handled it.
Not me neither. Or the only other thing that I could do, and this might sound kind of fucked up, but for conversational purposes, if I was going to do it, I would have let Melanie Mack know ahead of time. This is what we're going to do. And I will split half the super tips with you. But it wasn't that at all. I guess Melanie Mack just walked into it not knowing.
So, okay. So I did not watch the stream. So chat or Derek, let me know. So I get why people are disappointed in Chrissie. Yeah. Where's Melanie fall in this? What did she say that was so heinous?
Well, Melanie's, she has these shorts that she calls people N-words and she's in my opinion a fake Christian. She sits there and wants to pull out like a Bible verse, but she doesn't actually live like a Christian. It's sort of like a LARP.
She's cases.
A Christian LARP.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Which somebody like me, I don't take the Bible word for word, but I pretty much live my life like a Christian should.
Yeah, there's 10 commandments. That is easy. Read those and do that.
Exactly.
Simple.
Do I fall short? Yes, I do.
Of course.
Do I make mistakes? Yes, I do. I'll be the first one to tell you that I made a mistake, and I'll admit that I fucked up.
I'm not even a Christian, and I'm down with the 10 commandments.
Yeah.
Well, not coveting your neighbor's ass. Maybe that one I could throw away. But most of them make sense. Like basically, don't steal, don't do harm to people, and don't be an asshole.
Basically, yes.
That's it. So Melanie Mack got sucked into this unknowingly. She walked into sounds like she walked into a war zone.
Yeah, because she's got heat because of the Christian stuff. She's got heat because she calls people the N-word on live streams. She got heat because she works for the quartering. So there's a whole lot of heat around Melanie Mack, like a whole lot.
So what was her take on it when she was interviewed? Did she stick up for her employer?
She basically just like, well, me and Jeremy are friends, and not, whatever he does in his personal life is what he does, and but then she'll turn around and be like, well, I don't think he did it, and she's kind of sweeping for him.
Okay, so I get your Christianity angle too is interesting because you're saying Melanie Mack as a Christian should have pointed out when somebody did something wrong, basically stealing, which is what the quartering just did.
Well, and it's being Christian is being authentic. Calling balls and strikes, well,
that doesn't mean you need to write out your buddies,
I'm not gonna say, Julio, you shouldn't drink. Pop bottles. You see what I'm saying? She does that. Well, she's gonna go on live stream or whatever and flaunt the Christian thing. I guarantee you she ain't living the fucking Christian life off the camera. Guarantee you. Look at the fucking tattoos.
I didn't know. Listen, I don't like tattoos either, but I did not know that was I know Jews aren't supposed to get tattoos, but I didn't know Christians weren't supposed to.
Your body is a vessel.
Okay. All right. I don't have any tattoos. Don't look at me, brother.
Clean, baby. Clean.
I'm ready. All right. So let's go over the cast of characters so far. We have the quartering, who's a thief because he stole money from somebody, right? Basically, in the end.
Basically by fake striking, which is like a cardinal sin, unwritten rule of the interwebs, especially YouTube and Kick and all them.
I don't even think it was an unwritten rule. You're not supposed to. Transformative content is totally legal. You're not supposed to strike channels that have transformative content. He knew this and he did it anyway. So to me, that's stealing.
Because of things that they said that he didn't like.
Okay. Then you have Melanie Mack, who I guess you could convict of hypocrisy.
Correct.
Not acting as Christian as she would. And Chrissie for being kind of duplicitous and sneaky, like shilling.
Exactly. If Chrissie Mayr was authentic and she gave an apology that was an actual apology that somebody would be like, oh, she actually meant it. The apology she gave, I wish I could find it, but there's so much video out there. The apology she gave was just kind of like, well, my husband was hanging out with him, and
I'm gonna find that. But go ahead.
And it's like, what? Brittany Venti called her out and said that's not an apology. That's an apology.
Right. So I heard Brittany Venti was like the crusader rolling in to be the virtuous one.
And I'm not a fan of her either, because she sticks her nose in everything. So it's like I get it, but it was just like but I also do get the fact that the apology she gave was fucking horrible. Because it was obvious that Chrissie Mayr didn't think she did anything wrong. That's why she didn't apologize. I didn't do anything wrong.
So like any internet drama,
sometimes you have to fall on the sword. Sometimes, you know what? It's like, you know what? I fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the first one to do that. Like, Julio, I fucked up.
Yeah, I fuck up every day. But so now it sounds like, because every video in my feed, because I follow the Dabbleverse, which is sort of adjacent to this stuff. It's all internet drama stuff. And there's a million videos. It's all about, everybody is coming out of the woodwork to comment on this. I've got Keanu Thompson, who's from the Dabbleverse, commenting like, who gives a shit what she said? Everybody's glomming on this. Now, I did watch.
It's a glom, but it's also an internet thing. Like I said, they broke a cardinal rule of the internet about false flagging. So everybody's going to comment on it because it may affect them if somebody, a quarter got away with it, so I can fucking do it.
See, to me,
that's what a lot of people are thinking, I'm
going to disagree with your terminology there. It is not an internet unwritten rule. It's in the law. You can post videos with transformative content. So it's misuse of the YouTube strike system. Look, like I said, the quartering knew there was nothing illegal about that video, nothing strikeable, and he struck it anyway.
Yeah.
So that's my problem. So that, he threw the first stone, and now everybody's trying to make money off of it, which
basically,
no problem with that.
We don't cover every drama when it comes to the internet, but there was a lot of layers to it where it's like, okay, so there's striking channels because you don't like what somebody says. I'm against fully. Chrissie Mayr, which we follow comics, and she's a comic. So it's like, if this was somebody fucking else that was a comic doing the same thing, we'd call their ass out too. So it's not necessarily because it's a Geeks and Gamers, casino thing. We would call out anybody that does the same shit. It's not just because it's Chrissie Mayr.
And even though our channel is smaller, I mean, we still, like, when we play videos, we talk about them. We transform them. My stance on clippers who don't transform it. I think I don't have a problem when they get struck, because they're not doing anything. They're just stealing stuff.
Yeah, that's a problem.
But Kino Casino is not theft. They're doing a show, and here's the video, and we're going to talk about it. So,
and they also do a good job of stopping it. So they'll stop it for like 10 minutes and conversate, and then watch a little bit and then stop. So they do a good job of that stuff.
The PPP can't shut the fuck up. That's part of the reason I can't watch it.
Yeah, he's a character. Like, it's one of those things that it almost looks like Worski kind of winds him up like a fucking Energizer bunny and just fucking lets him go.
That's pretty much it. Yeah. So what's been the outcome of this? Like, where are we at now? Did the quartering remove the strikes?
I don't know. I know the quartering today or yesterday deleted his X account. He is no longer on X, but he probably has an alt account. I bet you $1 million he does. But he deleted himself from X. So the casino guys were celebrating about that.
Yeah, I wouldn't have done that, but okay. Yeah. I mean, his only move is to say, I was angry, I made a mistake, I apologize, I removed the strike. Well, you can't do anything else. Can't go back and undo it.
And it's crazy because it's like, obviously PPP and Worski trust each other. So money changes people, especially if it's a lot of it. So we see a lot of fucked up shit on the internet because it has to do with money, and money changes people. You have some of the best of friends that are going to fight over money. That's why most fucking marriages end, because of money.
You got that right, brother.
So it's crazy to me that like some of these partnerships that you would think they'd be forever aren't, because it has everything to do with money.
They never are forever. The internet switches sides all the time.
Oh yeah.
There's backstabbing. It's like a reality show. And that's why people are drawn to it, myself included. I watch Dabbleverse stuff all the time because it entertains me.
But there's a lot of reading into stuff. That's the stuff I never get caught up in, where it's like, well, Derek said a thing. What did he really mean? It's like, I meant what I said. That's why I said it.
Yeah. The other defense
about at this particular point. It's like, no, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah. The other defense for
there's
that
a lot of that where there's a lot of assuming and well, what did he mean about that? And then all of a sudden they start fighting about it, and it's just like, that's nothing to fucking fight about. Who fucking knows what he was thinking about at that particular time? Who fucking cares?
The internet is forever, and you can always get clipped saying something. God knows I could probably get clipped on a million things that I've said. I mean, that would make me look bad. But my defense there sometimes is when you stream a lot, like I stream with you, I stream with some other channels. Yeah. I've said a ton of stuff over the past couple of years.
Oh, for sure.
I don't remember 90% of it. Yeah. And who knows what I said a year ago? I don't know. I don't write it down. It's like whatever.
So to take something out of context is super easy. Super easy, because it's like we react to stuff, and you don't like to have an inside baseball for the people watching. Julio doesn't like to know about the clips that I'm going to show him because he wants more of a natural reaction.
Mm-hmm.
So Julio a lot of times is reacting, and he's reacting for the first time.
Right.
And some of the stuff you've seen, but then some of the stuff I kind of blow your mind where it's just like, what? The fuck is that?
Okay, so let's fix everybody's problem here. So the quartering needs to apologize or remove the strike if he hasn't already, and just do a mea culpa. I'm wrong. That's all he can do, right?
Yeah.
I don't know how you fix Chrissie Mayr's problem. That doesn't seem fixable. Because if you lie to me once, I'm going to assume you're going to lie to me again. Then that's
the thing I do. It's like, okay, if you get caught in whatever, and like I said, it's not necessarily internet related. If you get caught lying or deceiving or whatever, immediately I'm going to think, okay, you did it this time. How many times have you done it before?
That's right. Yep. It's usually not the first time.
Yes. Because if somebody does it and they do it without thinking that they're at wrong, they've done it again. They've done it before.
It's like if you catch a partner, a girlfriend or boyfriend cheating, you got to go, that's probably not the first time. It's the first time I caught her.
Yep.
But not the first time that's happened.
Yeah. What's the chances of you catching somebody doing the same thing or the one thing for the first time ever? And what's the chances? It's probably so unlikely. It's unreal.
That's why when I cheated on my girlfriends in high school, I just told them straight up.
Oh, did you really?
Oh yeah.
Did you get hit by a purse or something?
I got slapped a couple of times.
Well, at least you're honest. Fucked up, but it was honest.
I didn't want to live with the guilt. I'm just trying to get laid. Go ahead and slap me if you want. Whatever. Sorry. I mean, I was like 17, 18. I mean,
yeah. I mean, you're not getting married at 17 or 18.
No.
Okay, so let me share the Nerdrotic response.
Yeah. Because now that I have some context for Nerdrotic's response that you've given me, I will understand it better.
Shall we? I don't think it's a secret that I don't like interpersonal YouTuber drama. Not a fan.
True.
I've talked about this multiple times.
I don't like everything that Gary said, but I thought it was pretty spot on. He doesn't really encounter too much of the drama. He'll make a comment or statement, but that's about it.
Yeah, he seems like a pretty stand-up guy. What you see is kind of what you get with him, I think. Like, I have a high opinion of his journey and where he is. I like Gary.
Yeah.
I mean, in an internet way.
Okay.
Now, it doesn't mean I'm above it. There's other channels that do it and do it well. I talk about Hollywood. That's what I do. I'm about as interested in drama as PPP from the Kino Casino is interested in watching some old guy in front of a bunch of toys talk about the latest Marvel movie. That's about how interested I am in all of this. So, and listen, half, or I don't know the percentage, are not even going to know what the hell I'm talking about. And you are so much better off. But, part of the gig, part of what we have to do here on YouTube is pay attention, be terminally online. I love this job. This is the greatest job in the world. So it is no problem for me to be constantly checking on things.
He loves his job. He checks on things. And okay, so if you're on a baseball team, Julio, you would want to know as much information of the goings on of the clubhouse, would you not?
Yeah, I would think so.
And I'm not talking about the drama. I'm talking about the business side of things. You would want to know what's kind of going on, or have your rep know so that they can download you to what's going on.
Yeah, I'd want to know some of the nuts and bolts, or be privy to some of that info. So we were
talking earlier about, Chrissie Mayr, and like I said, she's not the only one where she's just on camera and she doesn't add anything to the show because she doesn't know anything. She doesn't have anything to add.
I disagree with you there, Derek. I think if the guys, especially Jeremy from Geeks and Gamer, would shut the fuck up every now and again and let Chrissie riff and tell a joke, she's funny. It always annoyed me about watching that show, that they never let her, that's why she's there. She's a comedian. That's her job there, is to kind of riff off stuff and give little zingers.
I mean, but I think that's a thing, because they got like 25 people on the fucking panel.
I hate that. I can't stand it. Any more than 5, and
oh yeah. When me, you, Dave, and somebody else would stream, I like the 4.
Mm-hmm.
Four is like a good number.
Right. And if a 5th is going to come in, they can shut up.
Or it's like they come on like a tornado, like Cynic.
Yeah, like Cynic
will come in like a tornado, and it's just let Cynic do Cynic.
Yeah, then I'll shut up.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Because he's going to leave. He's going to come in like a tornado and he's going to leave.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway,
see what's going on, and usually I'm all, that's crazy, that sucks. But then sometimes, I've made this analogy before. When I was in prison, nobody wants to fight, right? So you do your best to avoid a fight, but when you are locked up, a bunch of bad people, you can avoid a fight all you want, but eventually it's going to come to you. And what you have to do is fight. You do. You have no choice.
Wise words.
That point. And that's kind of
what, I mean, you're fighting for your proverbial life.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yep. And to try to dissuade other cretins from fighting you, because they'll know, well, I can't just take advantage of that guy. He'll actually throw hands. Maybe I want to pick on somebody else.
And depending on how, depending on, it depends, but like so the channel blows up tomorrow. Okay. Mm-hmm. And I hire somebody to do editing or to be a co-host or whatever it is.
Wait a minute.
Replaced. If we get 1 million, no, I was kidding.
That's right. You got an upgrade.
Anyway, that person is representing my company.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want them out in the streets talking shit, putting a bad spin on things. Like, they're representing my company. So it's like, yes, they can be a personality. They can do whatever they want. I'm not going to be like a fist of fury, but you represent my company. So when you're on the clock, shut the fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a lot of these people that are internet personalities. They're not used to being part of a team. It's all about them. They're selfish. So then when they go willy-nilly and start fucking going nutso crazy, and then people give them backlash, they don't know how to fucking handle it. And Chrissie Mayr is one of them.
That's fair. It's the same with kids, Derek. I literally told my kids, when you leave this house and you're out there, pretend you have our last name on the back of your jersey.
Yeah.
Don't make me look like an asshole.
Yeah.
So same with companies you work for. Don't badmouth in public and stuff. Especially if you live
in a small town and everybody knows you. It's like, that's Mike's kids.
Yeah, especially if you have my last name, my real last name. Forget it. You're fucked.
Yeah.
Scissors.
So, like, I understand what Gary's saying. Like, it's like, yeah, you have to fight. When somebody's at your doorstep, you do have to fight. But I also, if I'm hiring somebody, you represent my company when you're on the clock. And a lot of these people aren't. They're so selfish and they only think about themselves. And then when they're up to fucking here and horse shit, they don't know how to handle it. And it's like, you caused your own fucking shit.
Speaking, quick note on Gary, and this is going to be the most ironic thing I think that's ever been spoken in the history of the English language. But I'm looking at this guy. He's 50 years old and he has toys behind him, Batman, Superman. He's the most adult guy in the room all the time.
It is funny. He's got all the toys, and he's like the father figure most times.
He's perfect. He is daddy. And now he's got to clean up one of his kids' bullshit. Apparently.
Yeah, no shit.
What's happened with the drama that was brought to the door of FNT, and we I made my statement on Friday. We made our statements. There's a lot has happened. I have never seen anything like this with the quartering drama with Kino Casino, and they had a channel struck down, their Clips channel, that where their editor made all the money from it, so it wasn't really their channel. And by the way, that's how a lot of clip channels work, and I think it's great. And I'm not going to get into any personal stuff at all. Like no personal stuff with Jeremy Hambley or anything. Fact of the matter is that false flagging happened. It was admitted to very recently in a Bearing tweet from the quartering. So whatever plausible deniability is gone, is absolutely gone. That is gone. And then there's the issue of content theft. And I think if you present yourself as a free speech warrior, and certainly if you want to be authentic and honest, it's counterintuitive to steal. If you're going to claim, and bless you if you've converted to Catholicism and or religion, which I'm not in any organized religion. I am aware of the commandments, and there's two. I think it's 8 and 9. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. So they're in the top 10. They're pretty important. Sent down from God.
So with Chrissie Mayr basically inviting somebody that is controversial, knowing that she works for the quartering, and gladly accepting money because of it, that's not a Christian. That's not a Christian. That's a LARPer.
There's a lot of selective Christians these days, and even certain organized churches will pick and choose which part of the Bible they care to believe in and which part of the Bible they care to ignore. And that is inauthentic. And I can't stand Christians like that. If you're going to be a Christian, be a Christian.
If you're not, then it's okay, but
fine.
Don't pretend. Yeah.
Correct.
Sent down from God. Don't steal. Don't lie. That's it. It's pretty simple.
Those are two important ones.
This doesn't have to be a hard gig if you're honest. Now, I get called a liar all the time, but I'm not here to change the world. I'm just here to give my opinion on stuff. If people don't like it, they're free to not like it. They're free to.
I like Gary. I think Gary's a pretty honest person, but he does know how the game works.
Sure.
So I think he's an honest person, but he also gains the system and knows how it works.
Well, it's his business to know how it works, but I've never seen him stir up drama where it doesn't exist. And I've
never seen him do that either. No.
He seems to be a pretty humble guy who doesn't deny his past and always, will talk about where he came from, that he used to be a bad person, which to some people may be inspiring, that you could mess up and then you could fix yourself.
Something. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, it's
redemption, for sure.
Perfect. It's a good message, I think.
Yeah, it is a good message.
To make videos about it. They're free to make videos, call me the worst things imaginable. That's fine. I feel bad for Chrissie. I do. She stepped into a bad situation, and
when she didn't have to.
Right.
Chrissie could have shut her mouth and been like, see ya. I'm going on vacation.
But then she wouldn't have made $2,500 because her husband and baby, and she's got a baby.
My name ain't Paul, and it's between y'all.
That's it. My name's Bennett, and I'm not in it.
Exactly. Even if she took a couple of days off the interwebs and hung out with her family and be like, I am not in this shit.
But that gets into your point earlier that these people are addicted to the game. They're addicted to the internet. They can't go away for a few days. It's just they can't do it because they're attention seeking. That's why anybody, even to a little extent us, because we feel like people would enjoy our show.
I mean, yeah.
But to a bigger extent, like we do it once a week. These people can't stay off the internet for more than like 12 hours. They go nonstop. And that's part of we've talked about this before, is we can't just turn it off. I like writing stories. I made a movie. I have a movie out there. You make music. You can't turn it off. So YouTube for me is kind of helping the process of not turning it off, using the skills and the stuff that I've learned over the years. And we talk about it. I think
you know what I mean? We don't talk about too much drama, but it's just like like I said, it's a comedian, and we talk about comedians all the time.
I think what he's talking about being terminally online, which I'm pretty much terminally online, it's because I don't know. There's a deeper issue there with society that young people and even older people are connected to these parasocial relationships, and I think it stems from.
They don't have real relationships.
The outside world's crazy and scary. Yeah. It's rooted in fear.
And I'm not bashing somebody for that, because you go out there and people are so goddamn rude to you. And I just go, howdy hum, I'm gonna do my thing, and hello, how are you? Like I'm Derek. I'm the same way off camera as I'm on camera.
Yeah, me too. Pretty much.
People are such dickheads. I was on the phone earlier today, and a lady basically called me every name in the book, and including that I was a slave driver.
Was it Melanie Mack?
It might have been.
N-word.
Could have been. She's like, "You're talking about us later today." Yeah. And what did I do? Howdy hum, go on to the next call.
Just noise. Yeah, got to let it go.
But if that was on the internet, if that lady went off on me on the internet, it would have been a whole fucking drama.
Yeah.
Fucking everybody be talking about it, because it's like everybody's got to glom onto that shit, you know?
That, and the internet gives you your own controlled, I hate to use this phrase, but your own controllable safe space. Like I can watch all this drama, but I'm not a part of it. I just get to watch it. It's voyeurism is what it is. And it can be addicting and compelling. Like I said, I'm on the Dabbleverse. I listen to Dabbleverse stuff while I'm working, just because I think it's funny.
Yeah, sometimes I'll put like Asmund Gold on as I'm working, and
right on
about something. Yeah.
Yep. So it's kind of a dichotomy there where I enjoy it, but I wish it wasn't there. It's kind of weird.
And I mean, Asmund Gold talks about YouTubers sometimes, but for the most part, he stays on politics, gaming. Sometimes he'll talk about something else, but for the most part, he'll talk about politics and gaming.
Yep. I stopped watching him a couple of months ago, but I was watching some of his political stuff just because I don't know why. I just thought it was.
He's a common sense guy. I don't agree with everything he says, but he's a pretty common sense person.
I don't know. I think he's a weird, like super weird dude with very odd morals sometimes. And I also think he's kind of an any way the wind blows kind of fella.
It's hard to say because he didn't. Okay, so he had parents, but both of his parents died young. So they're both on
are they okay
on assistance, government assistance?
Yeah, I thought one of them just died recently. Well, I don't know.
Yeah, his dad died recently. His mom died a few years ago.
But what I do like about him is I'm interested in his Spartan lifestyle. The guy's got millions and millions of dollars
and doesn't care.
And he just cooks minute steaks. I kind of dig that. I'm like, right on, brother. I hear you.
And I think he just does advertising. I don't think he does super chats. Nobody sends him anything.
He makes stupid money.
He's like, he's like, I don't need them.
Mm-hmm. But good for him. He's not harming anybody.
Yeah, exactly. So, all right, we'll continue with Gary.
Keep it real. It got worse last night. It got a lot worse. It could have been handled a lot better.
Yeah, she put her stream on subscribers only, And then the pathetic fucking excuse for sorry was bad. It was bad.
and she made $2,500. So what's
made
the saying?
$2,500 for being a fucking weirdo. Yep.
Well, then
I said Friday,
the saying there
I
would be,
by.
I mean,
who's the bigger fool, the fool or the fool who follows him?
I mean, that's true.
The idiots are the chatters that gave her money.
Yeah, I mean that's true. I'm not saying that there ain't idiots out there that would pay the money.
Mm-hmm.
But it's one of those things where it's just like when money is involved, it changes people for the good and for the bad. It's strange.
And that's a lot of what I said to Chrissie in our phone call. I'm not going to give you all the details. And I'm not going to pile on Chrissie, but it was a disaster. It was a disaster of epic proportions. So, and it's not one that's going to end. I don't know if she's doing another stream tonight to make up for the super chats that weren't read. And
she didn't even read them?
Again, I don't.
She read like a quarter of them because most of the super chats were like, Chrissie, are you going to lie more? Chrissie, are you going to tell the truth? Chrissie, like there was a bunch of like bashing her super chats. So she glazed over them and didn't even read them.
Oh, that's not right. If somebody pays you for you to say something, you should say it, even if it's against you, right?
$2,500, and she only read a quarter of the super chats because a lot of it was just not good.
Side note on that topic is that I can't stand. There are some shows I can't watch because they're like 60% super chats.
Oh yeah,
it's annoying. I like what some channels will save them to the end, and they will read them in the end. I'm like, okay, that's fair.
Yeah, I think people get like the bleeded heart where it's like they somebody's paying money, so they want to rush out and say thank you so much, and it interrupts the show. I totally get it. Like I see both parts. I see about waiting toward the end, but I also doing it like in the moment. You know what I mean?
Well, if you get like one or two every now and again, fine. But if you're a big channel who gets a ton of them,
oh yeah,
just I don't know. That's just my personal opinion on. In my viewing,
yeah, especially if you're watching them to be entertained in some way, and they're just rolling with super chats for 2 hours, yeah, I would turn it off and watch something else.
Me too.
And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying is it's not entertaining, and at the moment when I'm looking to be entertained, you're not doing the thing. You know what I mean?
Like drama. I don't like it coming my door. I don't like distractions at all, particularly to what I'm doing on my channel, and I don't want my co-host dragged into this. And we are, and it has to be acknowledged. But one thing I tried to do is mitigate it, because ultimately it ain't my problem. It's not Jeremy's problem. It's not Ryan's problem. But you know, I don't know what the path forward is for Chrissie. I haven't talked to Chrissie yet. I probably will. We'll figure it out. But as far as it's really important, and we've seen it time and time again. You have to be honest with the audience. Right. And if the audience doesn't feel like, and I am part of that audience, right? My fellow members of the audience. If the audience doesn't feel like they're getting the truth, they will bail. And there's one thing, if it's petty drama, I saw that talked about a lot. This is
Chrissie Mayr is not gonna recover. She's pretty much done, you would think, right?
Yeah. Being disingenuous with your audience is never a good idea.
I want to say 2 or 3 times I gave a super chat to Ethan. This was probably 2 years ago when I was really watching Ethan. And the 2 times he responded to him was fucking the stupidest response I've ever heard in my fucking life. I stopped doing that because it's like he didn't appreciate anything. So it's like, okay, I'm not gonna go out of my way anymore. Fuck you.
I super chat Jim and Dave sometimes because I like Jim and Dave. Yeah, it has nothing to do with anything else. I just support them. You know what I mean? If I was watching our show, I'd super chat it, but I'm on the show, so I'm not gonna super chat.
So yeah, I don't think she's gonna recover. She might have some diehard fans that'll stick around, but I think I think the gravy train is done.
She's got a long road to hoe.
Because she's not gonna show up she's not gonna be on Friday Night Tights anymore.
You can't have her on.
No.
For a person, this is his. I don't give a shit if we're partners with Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers. Fuck that nerd. It's Gary's channel.
Yeah.
And he can't have somebody who's not authentic with the audience
right now. Yeah.
Can't do it. It's bad for him. He's got a family to support, and he's actually kind of being honest. He didn't do anything wrong.
He doesn't want the drama of holding up the show.
Yeah. He's, again, daddy.
Yeah.
Take your shit off and you go to your room. That's it.
Yes.
This is about false flagging, and it's not about who you had on as a guest or that particular guest. And ultimately, authenticity is all we have. It doesn't matter what I want to hear, right? It matters what the audience wants to hear. And if you don't feel like you need,
but I get and it doesn't happen a lot, but because I clip this channel or I clip our live stream. For the most part, the comments are good or the conversational, which I love that stuff. Having a conversation about movies or whatever it is, comedian, in the comments. But then I'll have trolls that'll do nothing but sit there and call you racist and all this other stuff. I immediately block them because it's like it's distracting. I don't like you're not adding anything to my channel at all.
Yeah, see, you and I are differ there, and it's your channel, certainly your prerogative. But we're at my channel. If I had a channel and somebody said, "Oh, you're fat and old," what do you know? I'd say, "Oh, thanks for tuning in, appreciate it." Like what do I care that somebody calls me fat and old? Who cares? Yeah, I'm fat and old.
But they're doing it for attention. So they'll do it in the comments, and then they're going to do it in the chat, and then they're going to do it on this, and they're going to do it on that because they want to keep pressing you. I don't do this to be pressed by a fucking weirdo.
That's fair. That's fair.
Like I think we come off like authentic. I think we do.
Our
reactions are authentic.
I'm not in your head. I can guarantee you I'm as real as like you said, this is who I am off the
outside
There's
of
no difference. And it's because why would I be inauthentic? I'm not getting paid for this. And even if I was, I'd still try to be real, but I've got no skin in the game. I'm not going to come on here and act like I'm somebody else. Well, my name's
I think people read into that. People would read into it, but if I was the audience on the other side of us, if we were not being authentic, I'd call it out and be like, bro, like what the fuck?
Yeah, that's why it's like Gary's saying, it's important to be authentic, because if somebody calls you out on that, then they'd be right if they were correct anyway.
To apologize, then don't. But it's not anything I'm asking for sure. But it might be owed to other people because I think in Chrissie's closer friend circle, it looks like they're feeling pretty lied to right now. So,
well,
again, this ain't my wheelhouse at all, and I hope it turns out great for everybody. It just doesn't look like we're heading down that road at all.
Can you hit pause real quick, Derek? I have a fast comment about this. So,
sure.
I expect this. Okay, here we go. I'm a misogynist, everybody. So go ahead and accuse me of that. I expect women to act like catty bitches like this.
Yeah.
Brittany Venti, Chrissie Mayr, I get that. It's women, what they do. When guys start acting like catty bitches, that's what bothers me.
Yeah.
I'm like your guy. You just deal with it like a man. Don't start with your claws and all that kind of bullshit. Don't do that. That's what women do. So there you go. I'm a male chauvinist. Thank you. Thank you for attending my TED Talk.
Again, you can't disrespect the audience. We talked about it before. If it's one, there's always somebody in the chat, and God bless them. If you're here, you're here. That's fine. Saying some shit, and you go, all right, yeah, I suck. Thank you. But then if it's 90%, it's 99% of the chat. Just acknowledge it, right? Acknowledge it. And I'm sure it felt horrible, and she felt steamrolled. And when that's not a good situation to be in, particularly when you're not.
See, I don't agree with the steamrolling because she knew what she was doing.
If anybody got steamrolled, that would be Melanie Mack, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
So for her to sit there and say that, well, she felt steamrolled, or that's what his take was, I don't agree at all, because she knew exactly what she was wanting to fucking do.
Sounds like it. Yep.
When you make 1,000 or 800 a stream, and then one stream that you have somebody who's nuclear talking about a subject, and you make $2,500, you know what you're doing.
I would say I would take it one step further. If you're going to do an apology stream and you're authentic and you really mean it, turn the super chats off. Do like a 10-minute thing.
And
you don't make any money, and there's your apology.
That's a good idea.
Well, but there's no money in that. And Chrissy needs to. What about her kids? She's got to feed her kids.
Prepared for it, but then there's just coming clean, right? So I don't want to say too much more before I talk to Chrissy, but and I eventually will, but I haven't got a text or a phone call yet.
Yeah, that's like me and you are talking about something, and then I bring a third person on who's like your mortal enemy. You would feel steamrolled.
I'm just trying to figure out who my online mortal enemy would be.
I'm just
I think I have one, but yeah,
like
I got you.
If I added them to the stream, wouldn't you be like, "What the fuck?"
Bruce Springsteen. That'd be.
You would be steamrolled, but
yeah.
I wouldn't be steamrolled because I know what the fuck I'm doing. You see
That's a good point. I got you. I would be Melanie Mack in that.
Exactly.
Scenario.
There's no steamrolling on my end because I know exactly what it's fucking doing.
You should do that. If you can find my mortal enemy, just have them on out of nowhere. That'd be fun.
Me that. But yeah. So starting out saying you feel bullied into something, that's going to.
Yeah, she said that she was bullied into making an apology, and then her apology was fucking shit.
Bullshit. If you don't feel you need to make an apology and you're not sorry, then don't apologize.
She didn't think she did anything wrong.
Well, she shouldn't have apologized then.
I mean, it wasn't really an apology. So.
Well, that's true. It was like a grift.
Yeah, but and here's my toxic masculinity. That's most women who never ever admit when they're wrong, ever.
I have experience with that, Derek, and you're right.
Regardless if it's Chrissie Mayr or whoever, they ain't ever gonna admit they're wrong, ever.
Nope.
But I would have done what you said about just turning the super chats off and getting a little reels.
Yeah, the more I think about this, the more I'm like,
taken a beating, but it would have been that would have been it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The more I think about this, the more I'm understanding why people are upset at Chrissy.
Yeah.
A lot of people off.
When I was in California, I ran into a few people that like that, where I said that people in California have no moral compass because they'll do something and then they completely don't think that they did anything wrong. It's like, what?
That's a liberal thing.
Like you almost murdered somebody and you don't think you did anything wrong? What?
It's always somebody else's fault. It's a narcissistic reaction.
Immediately afterwards, right? And they're just not gonna really buy into what you're gonna say after that. And that it wasn't the case. I don't know who she felt bullied by, but we'll find out. We'll find out. But ultimately, if you're going to be online, you got to kind of know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
You got to do your research.
And that was one of the things that Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers had said, that you're on a top show that's on the internet, on YouTube. You have to at least have an idea of what the conversation piece is about, which is what I've been saying forever about some people. And it's not, like I said, it's not just about Chrissy, but there's other shows that are like that too, where there's people in the background not saying anything. It's obvious that they don't have anything to add.
Right.
Because either they don't give a shit, they didn't do the research, or they're just there for comeuppance. Like they think they're going to get something out of it.
I don't even give you a pass if you haven't done your research. If you're on a panel of any kind, and you've said, Derek, you don't tell me what you're bringing to the table 90% of the time, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes we chat a little bit.
Yeah.
The part of being on a panel is being able to form an opinion quickly about something you've just seen. I don't have to do a deep dive into this quartering shit. I got opinions about it from what I've seen, though. I didn't need to spend a day researching it.
Yeah.
So if you can't do that, like, if we go back to FNT, like Comics Division is on FNT.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with Comics Division, but I don't get why he's there. Like, he never says anything.
Yeah.
Like, why? What's the point of him? Oh.
Like, hi, Mom.
Kind of. Yeah.
But all right, so we already beat that to death, so we're gonna move on.
I was just getting rolling. Oh no, that's good.
Yeah.
I got an idea. We were talking about the 10 Commandments, and last week we were saying that people like lists. What do you think about rearranging the 10 Commandments in the proper order? You good with that, Derek? Like the Soul Train Scramble board, just
content out of it, but maybe.
Well, I don't know. I'm just saying, like, thou shalt not steal should not be 8. I think it should be higher. Like we bitched about top 30 American living songwriters. We could do. I'm just spitballing. Go ahead, Derek.
You're an idea guy. You got
an idea guy.
Okay, so you ready for one of our favorite segments? Ready? You ready for it? Dum 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 de doo dum 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 de doo dum 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 de doo dum. Wow 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 wow. All right, let me pull this up because my audio thing was doing the thing.
You know what I have to do, Derek? I have to download that song and make it your ringtone when you call me. You don't call me much, but that made me so happy just to hear dum, 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 dum. I'm like, oh, Derek's calling. Yay.
So I've got 2 different views of this.
Oh, no.
Tell me how a motorcycle flies in the air and gets hooked on a light. Tell me how this happens.
What?
Luckily, nobody had died, and this is in British Columbia. Nobody died. They were seriously hurt, but there wasn't life-threatening injuries. How do you get your bicycle up in the air that much? He must have been like doing like a chips like jump or something.
How do you not have life-threatening injuries? If you're,
he must have bailed off of it beforehand and then just rolled or something.
Yeah. I've seen like pairs of Converse tied over, street lights before, but I've never seen
I've never seen
motorcycle.
a motorcycle.
That's crazy. Unbelievable.
If he's already turning, was this car going like 100 some miles an hour and just freaking punted him?
I guess. That car's messed up too. Look at that.
Heck yeah, it is.
I can't believe nobody's dead.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, Derek. So who's the dum-dum though?
The guy driving and the person in the silver car.
All right.
They're both collectively dum-dum. How do you get your bike up there?
Double dum-dum. That takes talent. That bike still looks like it's in good shape too. Looks like it's in better shape than the car.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hanging from the pole, but it looks, the wheels look intact. That's insane.
That is insane. But here's another angle of it.
Hold on. Let me get my glasses because it's going to confirm a suspicion I once had.
That's absolutely crazy. So yeah,
well,
somebody had to be going fast, and the other person, I don't understand how you get the bike up there.
I don't.
This car had to be going over 100 miles an hour.
I've pieced this entire accident together in my head, but I won't share my findings because everybody would call me a racist. So I'm going to refrain from telling you exactly what happened here.
Well, give me like the cliff notes of how you get your bike up there.
Okay. Well, I don't know. That's luck. that's divine providence that that bike hit the thing, but it was some jackass, perhaps a homeboy, because you ever see in the streets of the cities, all the homeboys get their little scooters and bikes and they fuck around with traffic, wheelies and shit. Yeah, well, this happened. Being an asshole. This poor guy in the whatever that is, the BMW, didn't know some jackass was going to be popping wheelies on a stolen motorcycle and rammed him.
Oh, now I get to understand the context.
But listen, that's just conjecture, though.
Yeah.
In terms of why that bike, how that bike got up on that pole and stayed there, that is like an act of God.
I hadn't seen that, but I saw a guy do wheelies down Ford Road in Michigan. And I'm driving, he passes me flying. An old lady goes out in front of this car as he's doing a wheelie. He hits the side of this girl's car. The next day, they're having a memorial on the side of the road, his family.
Well,
and I'm just like, this whole thing could have been avoided if this asshole wasn't doing fucking wheelies down Ford Road.
There is that's called do stupid shit, win stupid prizes.
Like I felt so bad that I had the feelings that it's like, I don't fucking care. He caused his own death because he's a fucking moron.
When I've been stuck in, rush hour traffic for many, many years when I was younger. And there were lots of those guys, no helmet, zipping around in between lanes. I can't lie. Every now and again, I'm like, I'm finna open my door when this motherfucker comes next to me. Yeah. I didn't.
Yeah.
But I don't think anybody in the world would blame me. There are people out there, you just see them on the highway and you're like, they're going to die on that bike. At one point, they're going to die.
Yeah. Scorpio, I have not. There are some AI videos out there about this, but these two are from like the news. So it was like, okay, I'll grab those because I know they're not gonna pull AI. But there are some AI stuff out there, but I don't know if they've released the stuff beforehand.
I would love to see. I'm going to look that up after the show.
It's going to be crazy to see that thing flying up in the air.
Yeah. Plus, I want to see if my theory was correct, which it is.
Your theory?
Mm-hmm. Theory Tuesday. Hey, it's my guy. Oh, here we go.
Okay, see, he released this video yesterday, and I thought it was like, oh, this is something me and you could talk about.
It's a follow-up to our
conversation. But
it's a follow-up to our conversation from Sunday, correct?
A little bit, yes. That's why I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, this is my guy. I love Beato. Talented dude.
Usually make videos back to back on the same topic, but one of my buddies sent me this video of 3 of the critics and the editor from that New York Times top 30 living American songwriters article that came out a few days ago.
Shout out to New York Times for putting that garbage fucking list together because we glommed on it and it's on our channel. So please watch that video.
We did. What was our final score? I think it was 17-13 was the final
something
score.
Like that. Yeah.
We had 17 that we agreed belonged, even though I reluctantly put Bruce Springsteen on the W list.
Yeah.
And 13 that were just trash.
Yeah.
Like Young Thug.
Called the
Correct.
Cannonball podcast with Wesley Morris, the guy that you're going to hear speak first is Wesley Morris. I want to play you a few clips of this podcast and talk about who these people are and what their background is. I think this is instructive to kind of get a vibe of what the people that write for the New York Times, what the music critics that write for the New York Times are like.
The commie hipsters.
Wesley.
First thing I've ever been asked to do, like what am I supposed to do?
Like
when Bonnie Raitt submits her list of the greatest songs.
Yeah, right on, Rick. You tell him, boy. That's
I
it.
get on my kids about that.
Yep.
You tell him, Rick. You tell him.
This twink's opinion discarded immediately.
Exactly.
Then use our own critical judgment.
He's going to introduce the people.
A list of 30
here.
So
Fuck to see no.
along with the reporter Joe Coscarelli, my fellow critics Danielle Smith, Jody Rosen, John Caramonica, and Lindsay Zolads, we all hung out in a room, sequestered, and spent days talking it, shouting it, singing it all out. Last week,
I only trust the Italian name in that group.
The 30 greatest living American
I don't know if you're going to have the same opinion after this video, but okay.
Oh, is my boy going to let me down? Oh,
no. The world, y'all had feelings. About 6,000 comments have come in so far, mostly asking.
Is that a lot?
How could you possibly leave out so-and-so? Well, look, I mean, we only had 30 spots.
I had a lot of comments, but they didn't say
we also
that.
made those choices for you. So I'm
Rick's a fucking legend, by the way. I
He is
love
a
him.
legend.
in the room with me making those decisions. John Caramonica and Joe Coscarelli, the hosts of the podcast, and the editor of the project, Sasha Weiss,
Nope.
friend of the show, to
Nope.
talk about the
Big cheeks and big lips girl. She's
Nope.
got no opinion. Sorry.
Women opinions? Nope.
we faced.
Okay,
Exactly.
so check this guy, John Carmonica, out as he explains what a songwriter isn't to him.
I feel like everybody in that room was willing to think expansively about what songwriting is. And songwriting is such a peculiar thing. It has so much baggage. It comes with attachment to certain communities, certain subgenres. And
songwriting has baggage. Okay.
Fans, which I know
I
we'll
hate
talk
him.
about
I
later.
hate this guy.
Who have an extremely fixed idea of what constitutes songcraft.
And what do you think that idea is? Like,
I think it's a heroic white man with a guitar struggling through his emotions, sitting in a room.
Yeah, pretty
What
much.
the fuck is he talking about?
Well, he's
A
right there.
struggling white man in a room.
I get what he's saying. I think he's trying to bust up the narrative that like you have to be Bob Dylan to be a great songwriter. But I'm interested to see what this idiot has. I already can't stand him, and the woman could fuck off too.
Oh yeah, but you can say the white struggling man, but if you look at the fucking catalog and the iconic songs that are written by the white guy in a room.
Plus, think about all the blues
Collaborators,
songs
no
that were written
contact
back
with
in the
the
day. That
outside
came from
world,
pain,
perhaps
guy with a
alcohol,
guitar.
perhaps drugs, accessing some kind of pure emotional truth. And
of course, they have a white guy, a black guy, a woman, an Asian. They have all of the colors represented in this fucking thing. Give me a break.
Putting it in a rock, country, or otherwise roots affiliated
Folk.
genre. Folk, sure.
Singer-songwriter.
Yes. To me, as much as I enjoy some of that music, I do
Some of
not
that
mistake
music.
that for the totality of American song. I do not mistake that for the best examples of songcraft.
So songwriting is not the best example of songwriting. Who are these people that were part of this article? So that guy talking there, John
Rick Beato killing it.
Carmonica, he's 50 years old. He went to Harvard University. He has a BA in English.
If Rick Beato, and he's done lists before, if he came out with the 30 American living songwriters of all time list, the chances of me disagreeing with him is very slim. He's a musician. He's a manager,
Producer.
He's engineering. He's interviewed the top people, including Paul McCartney. Like this guy has done everything there is to do. So I'm going to trust his opinion versus some asshole who went to fucking NYU.
That, and I know they'll watch our show from Sunday if you want context to this, but I was railing against hip hop artists being included, right?
Yes.
And that's because, and this is just my opinion, if you're not sitting at a piano or holding a guitar, you're not writing a song. That's where songs start.
Yeah.
From back in Mozart days. You have to have a guitar or a piano. If you have a clarinet, you can write a melody, but you can't write a chord, right?
And they
'Cause you can
had
only play one note.
multiple Motown artists on the list.
Yeah.
Which I'm a huge fan, being from Metro
Sure.
Detroit. How did it start? By the Funk Brothers, by the writers in the writing room of Motown, with a fucking guitar or with
piano.
fucking drums or a fucking piano.
Guaranteed. All those Motown songs, I guarantee you, most of them started with a guy or maybe his songwriting partner sitting at a piano.
My parents grew up in Detroit. Went to Cody High School in Detroit.
Sadly.
My aunt went to Cody High School before it got too bad and they moved to the suburbs. My family and my parents were insanely proud of the music that came out of Detroit. They were fucking jamming to it in their car, and they are white as a fucking ghost. So
But
to
it could-
sit there and always bring it in race into everything. My parents are fucking white who grew up in Detroit and went to Detroit public schools, jamming the fucking Motown hits.
I don't think music does not have race. Well, hip hop kind of, and country in a little bit, but generally speaking, it should be the best written songs. I think should be universal.
Yeah,
a nice chord structure and a nice melody, a hook, and then if you want to put an orchestra on it or add bleeps and bloops and keyboard, fine. But at its core, you can tell what a good song is, in my opinion, is if one guy can sit down with a guitar and sing it, and it's still good without all the other stuff. You got one. You've got a good guitar. Look at the Beatles song Yesterday, which many consider, and I do, one of the best songs ever written, pop-wise. It was Paul McCartney and a guitar, and that was it. I've watched it. They put strings behind them, but I've seen versions of just him and the guitar. It's perfect.
Yeah.
You don't need trickery.
No.
You don't need, technology, AI, none of that shit. Just a dude singing with a guitar. So I think hopefully that's where Rick is going with this.
Yeah. Yeah, because if you could strip it all down to the basics and it still holds up, I agree with you. You got something.
Not to talk about my band, but I'm going to talk about my band, the Prominent Citizens, my ex-band. We wrote a song called Cinnamon, which is a four-part suite. 4 different songs, lasted 11 minutes. It started with me sitting on a stool in the studio, playing the whole thing on an acoustic guitar and singing it.
And we did, you can go check out his YouTube channel that's got that video on there. And we did a video of you breaking down that song that's on this channel.
Yeah. And in the end, there was... Yep. Okay.
You're prepared to get upset?
No, I'm not upset. I like Rick Beato, and I'm sure he's going to bring the science.
I'm upset of where these people are coming from and what their background is.
I think they're trying to be a little too clever by half, so to speak. And also, I think this asshole is, oh God, listen, Derek, I was in a 10-hour meeting today, Derek, and I have not eaten because I spent my lunch break trying to chat up some chick. Chat up some chick. I'm trying to get late. So I haven't eaten at all. I'm 3 beers in and I'm getting feisty. So what I'm seeing is this guy, this traitor to my people, who should have his vowel removed from his last name at the end of it, is in a room with a black guy, and he's like low-key apologizing for white people. And that enrages me.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
If that's what he's doing, we'll see. We'll see what Rick has to say about this Finoik.
Not in music. He contributed to this thing, not only as a judge, but he actually wrote some of the bios of the people that were selected. Lionel Richie, Young Thug, Romeo Santos, Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, and Bad Bunny. Those were his contributions to it. The other guy with the beard, that's Joe Coscar.
He should be dealt with in Minecraft for fucking Bad Bunny. Really?
He should be sent up to a traffic pole in his motorcycle in Minecraft.
That's it.
Really? Unfortunately, these guys are actually Italian. Seems like so. I apologize for them. He's 37. He went to NYU. Rick. He has a BA in journalism. Okay, writes for the New York Times. He contributed the Taylor Swift, Outcast, and the Dream portions of it. And then you have Jody Rosen. He contributed Nile Rodgers, Jay-Z, Paul Simon, Missy Elliott, Josh Osborne, Brandy Clark, Shane McAnally, Stephen Barrett, Willie Nelson, Bob Dylan. He has a BA in American Studies from Yale University. Okay, so we have Yale, we have Harvard. Wesley, who's hosting this, he's 50 years old. He had
neither one of them have any kind of musical background ever.
This dude's 50? God damn.
Has a BA in film studies from Yale University. And Sasha Weiss, who was the deputy editor of the New York Times, is in the video here. She has her degree from Princeton University. So mostly Ivy League people.
And no background in music ever. I want to hear from an expert what they think about what the top 30 songwriters of all time are. Not just some LARPers from fucking Yale.
Well, good. I'll work on that, and we'll do that on a show. It'll be Julio's top 10 American songwriters of all time. What do you think of that? I'm serious. I'll put that shit together.
There's a difference between Frames and Rhythm and the New York Times.
Yeah, I know about music.
I'm just saying this. If I'm the New York Times, I want to hear from fucking experts so that my readers can hear from experts.
Okay.
Not fucking LARPers.
Who's an expert? I make music. No AI. I start on a guitar or a piano, and I make big songs that don't have guitar and piano in the end sometimes.
You understand? Okay.
That Yenta they just showed.
Thing. Maybe that's misstating. Somebody who actually is a musician or
has
been in the music industry.
Yeah, we're not big enough to book Paul McCartney here, so you're stuck with Julio Scissors.
Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate it.
I'm just offering my services, no problem. I like that Rick's apologizing for my people.
But I don't
yeah.
see any music degrees in here from these music critics. Not that you need to have a degree in music to be a music critic, but maybe it would help a little bit if you're talking about, I don't know, melody, rhythm, song structure. Maybe it'd be helpful if you're talking about production, know something about music. A lot of these people, as you can see, have their degrees in literature and American studies. So I guess literature and history. I want to play this same guy, John Caramonica's response to why Billy Joel did not make the list. Check this out. Here we go.
He should be on there.
And we talked about this. We talked about Billy Joel's not on the list.
I think he should have been.
Says, I went to Berklee College of Music.
Oh, God.
I didn't. And there was an entire songwriting curriculum based on Billy Joel's songwriting. It's literally stupid he's not on this list. It's like not.
That's true.
This is great. I wish I'd seen this guy. I would have responded to this comment.
You still can.
I am about to. It's like not having Hendrix or Eddie Van Halen on a list of greatest guitarists. Okay.
Okay, here we go. This is why Billy Joel shouldn't be on it.
It's actually not like that. Thank you for this opportunity to respond to this comment, to which I do respectfully. When you think about Hendrix and Eddie Van Halen, you think about formal innovators who are also, in their way, hit makers and creators.
Billy Joel wasn't a hit maker.
Also, processes that are universal in how they have moved through the world in their wake.
There is not a bar in the United States of America that I cannot walk into and hear fucking Piano Man at least one time.
Yep, and I will give.
Are you fucking kidding me? Fucking weirdo.
Self-admittedly, one of my least favorite songs of all time is Piano Man, but Billy Joel belongs in the top 30, and Rick Beato. I'm not going to say anything. Rick Beato is saying exactly what's in my brain. From apologizing for the WAPs to all this, everything he's saying is so on point. So I'm going to shut up and listen to Rick.
Okay.
Billy Joel is a very good example of a person who writes 1 or 1.5 kinds of songs really well that also people before him wrote really well and people after him wrote really well. I love that I'm delivering this to camera. I'm really going in.
Clipping this.
No, we're really going in. I like Billy Joel.
You get the idea.
I just want to.
Basically, what you're telling me is because he's a white guy with a guitar that it's a no-go. Is that what he's trying to tell me?
Let me tell you something. Here we go. I'm a Billy Joel enjoyer, even though I don't like Piano Man. Listen to Piano Man, then listen to Goodnight Saigon, completely different type of song. Listen to Big Shot, completely different kind of song. Listen to All for Lena, completely different kind of song. I Love You Just the Way You Are. This guy's argument is ridiculous. And yet they're going to put Jay-Z where the songs actually all do sound the same.
And they're all parts of other popular songs.
And stolen. Yeah.
And stolen. This guy's a fucking moron.
People who go to Ivy League colleges just think
their status is what matters and nothing else. Not actually having a good opinion, just his status of being part of fucking Harvard or where the fuck he is.
Go on the record and say,
you hear these guys competing for the worst take. The one guy's like, I love Billy Joel. And the other guy's like,
I like Billy Joel. I know you don't like Billy Joel. I like Billy Joel. People I love.
It's ridiculous. Here's 4 Ivy League educated people. You've got 2 from Yale, 1 from Princeton, and Mr. Harvard there that are the most pretentious, court-sniffing, smug people that are all music critics with no background in music. Exactly what you would expect from a New York Times music critic.
I was just hoping you might give me some insight into the evolution of the market economy in the Southern colonies.
Now, I shouldn't rag on these people because of their education. I believe in education. As a matter of fact, I actually worked for Harvard University indirectly back in 1986 when I played in the pit orchestra, upright bass, at the American Repertory Theater for about a year back when I was in grad school in Boston in 1986. I went to New England Conservatory and did get a music degree. In fact, I got my master's in music in jazz studies in particular at the New England Conservatory of Music, which is an actual music school where you learn about music. When I'm talking about music on here, I can play the music myself. I can play any song except for Alan Holdsworth.
That's fair. That's impossible shit to
If
play.
I'm talking about classical music, if I'm talking about jazz, if I'm talking about rock, pop, folk, country, I can play all the parts. I can play the guitar parts, the bass parts, the piano parts, the drum parts. But I'm not going to sit here and say this is a definitive list of the greatest living American songwriters. It's ridiculous. That's why I always say at the end of these videos, this is my personal opinion. I'd love to know yours. Leave it in the comments. These people's takes are absurd. All you need to do is watch them talk about music. It drove me nuts watching it. And I thought, I have to make a video about this so that you guys can at least experience this, because it only had 40,000 views on YouTube. So I thought I'd give it a little boost.
And we had talked about some of the people that were on our list. I don't know, Chad, if you want to ring in. I said Don Henley of the Eagles.
You had good ones.
Bob Seger.
Mm-hmm. Fleetwood Mac, Lindsey Buckingham, Chrissie Mayr. Yep.
Not on the list. All because they're white people. Guaranteed.
How can you not put somebody from the Eagles and Fleetwood Mac on that list? It's insanity. I know they're supposed to be living songwriters, but most of those people are still living.
Don Henley's still alive. Glenn Fry's dead, but Don Henley's still alive.
Yep, and all of Fleetwood Mac's still around, as far as I know.
Yeah.
It's ludicrous.
And I've said before that Rumors by Fleetwood Mac is arguably one of the top 20 greatest albums of all fucking time.
Not going to argue with that. I'd ratchet it up higher. I'd say top 5. There's not one song I want to skip. They're all bangers, all of them.
Absolutely amazing.
Yep.
But it's like, oh, it doesn't matter because they're white people. That's what that room right there is basically what it was. I don't like them because they're white, so we're going to put some black people in there just to kind of sprinkle it in.
Well, I mean, I don't even care about it's not even
I don't care about
race
it either,
thing.
but that's what they were thinking.
Yeah.
If it's good, I want to fucking hear it. If it's not, get the fuck out.
Well, I'm gonna give my props to a real Dago, Rick Beato, who went scorched earth on those fools and said everything that I'm thinking in a far more articulate and sober manner than I would have.
I saw that last night and I'm like, oh, fuck,
this is perfect. This is perfect. I would have gotten more riled up, but Rick, I'm like, go on, preach. Everything he said, I agree with. Every single word, letter in what he said is on point.
Yeah.
He's a great man. And I said it. I love Rick Beato. There, I said it.
You said it?
No homo. Yep. All right. Give me a minute. I'll be right back there.
All right. Well, I'll wait yeah, I've got a couple more things that we're going to go through. So, all right.
Okay. I'll be listening, but give me a minute to get back.
Okay. So, I'll go to this one while he's doing his thing. Okay. So, Anthony Acumia looks like he's outside of a show and somebody just stuck a camera right in his face. So I was like, huh? How would Okay.
Who are you? Who are you?
Who are you? I thought you left New York, you racist piece of shit.
Who are you?
Those people aren't pedophiles and racist.
Who are you? I'm asking who you are.
I am a person that recognizes a scumbag on the streets of New York.
There you go. Get the fuck out of my face.
Wow, look at that.
Scumbag. Who are you? Who are you?
Who are you? I thought you left New York, you racist piece of shit.
Who are you?
Those people.
I love these people that have the fucking boldness just to walk up to somebody's face and basically call him a racist piece of shit. Like, what are we doing right now? Because the internet said so, that it must be true, because Frames and Rhythm fucking said so. It must be fucking true. It's gospel. Fucking retarded how people are. Fucking retarded. Guarantee this in New York City too. Guaranteed. Which is a fucking dumpster fire to begin with. But yeah, that shit was crazy. I'll play it one more time. Let me grab it.
Who are you? Who are you?
And the guy behind him is Gino Visconti, who's a YouTuber, comedian. So Gino Visconti's behind him, and this is the guy just put it in Anthony Cumia's face.
Who are you? I thought you left New York, you racist piece of shit.
Who are you?
Most people aren't pedophiles and racist.
Who are you? I'm asking who you are.
I am a person that recognizes a scumbag on the streets of New York.
There you go. Get the fuck out of my face.
Wow, look at that.
See, there we go. There's some real Italians there.
Yeah, there is.
Gino Visconti, Anthony Cumia. I am by the way, a massive Anthony Cumia fan. Huge.
I mean, do you blame him for putting this shit in his face and they call him a racist and a pedophile?
Nah, Anthony Cumia, he can do no wrong in my eyes. I love him. He's great.
So if frames and rhythm say so, then is it absolute gospel? So if our opinion is just absolute gospel on everything?
Yeah, that sounds
that's
reasonable.
What this guy's getting, the racist and pedophile and all this shit. He's getting it from online.
Well, yeah. Oh, I thought you meant us. I was like, yeah, whatever we say.
No, but I'm just saying,
gospel.
it's like these people think that online is like the truth. Like, absolutely, because somebody said it must be a thing, you know?
So, well, that's ridiculous, but that's what people get programmed, and then they go out like NPCs and start blathering what they've heard. Quick personal anecdote. So, I was a fan of Opie and Anthony, a big fan. When Anthony got fired, he started his own company called Compound Media, which I was a day one subscriber to, and he had a poker tournament for his subscribers.
Okay.
So me and my wife at the time went to the Mohegan Sun in Connecticut and didn't hang out with Anthony, but hung out with that crew. It was such a good time. And I sat next to Anthony at a blackjack table. I didn't bother him, but he's always dialed up to 10. And
was he?
I can imagine hanging out with him for a long period of time would maybe get a little annoying, kind of, because he's very loud.
See, so he's a good hang, but you need like to hang and then leave?
Yeah, a little bit, like a 10-minute hang. Yeah.
But I always have friends like that where like if you're a partier, this is the guy to hang out with. Mm-hmm. If you're just chilling at the house, I'm not hanging out with that dude.
That's perfect. That's
but
exactly.
If we're partying, this is my guy right here.
Yeah, but that's, what do I know? I think he's hilarious. I think he's actually one of the funniest people, period. He's made me laugh more than most people.
His YouTube channel's okay. He kind of gloms onto stories for YouTube.
He gets, but he's off the cuff and quick, and especially when he used to be on Opening and Anthony, that he's just super quick.
Yeah.
The singers. This is Dabbleverse adjacent. This is all Dabbleverse stuff, Derek, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
If you didn't know.
Yeah, I could, And it's probably New York City.
Yep.
So, all right. So I got a couple more things that we're going to go over. Are you ready? Are you ready for the energy just to kind of flow through your body, right? Are you ready
for it?
Are you ready for it?
Yeah. Oh God, I need energy. Yep.
Dark power sabotage.
We are just characters in the days of brand new scene. We do our best to sing the words and the stages in between.
Okay, so Corey Feldman did an interview with The Fan, talking about him going around the country and promoting Stand By Me and The Goonies and doing all the shit that Corey Feldman does.
Mm-hmm.
So let me pop it open here.
Affordability is the name of the game when you're looking for a new car. Played by actor Corey Feldman. He will also be present and accounted for. And Corey is kind enough to join us on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline right now. Corey, thank you very much for joining us today. How are you?
What's up, Andy? Doing, buddy?
Outstanding to have you on board. Now, have you done it?
So what do you think is going to, how many times do you think he's going to talk about his EP and his music? Or do you think he's going to stick to just the topic at hand and the reason why the monkeys are going to go see him about Stand By Me or the Goonies?
I'm kind of on the fence about this, Derek. I feel like you think you're throwing me a softball, but I'm not sure. He knows how to shill when he needs to, where there's money involved.
See, he doesn't. He's not a band member of the Prominent Citizens on YouTube.
Unfortunately, no. I wish.
Any of these yet? You three together?
Oh, we've done a lot of them. Yeah, we've done about 7 or 8 of them so far, and it's been great. It's been amazing. What a fun night.
Yeah, here's what I think about. My kids are in their teens, Corey, And we're talking about Stand By Me in 1986 came out, and it documented going back to the late 50s all the way back. So we're talking about multi-generations, and the fact that generations in the future now continue to call that their favorite film. You talk about being a part of something that has stood the test of time. That has to remain incredibly special for you.
It is. It's very special. I mean, I've been very, very.
Every single host that does an interview with him says the exact same thing.
Yeah, and I know we've heard interviews.
The exact same question.
We've heard interviews with Corey where he, quite frankly, just says he doesn't want to talk about the old stuff.
But every time he talks about the old stuff,
that's all anybody wants to hear about. Plus, now that there's money in it, he doesn't want to talk about the old stuff until there's money in it. Then he wants to talk about the old stuff.
In his palm, he's like, Goonies?
Look, mad respect. I love Corey Moore every day. Mad respect for that. He's trying to get paid. Good for him.
I mean, yeah, everybody has a right to get paid, but
those bitches ain't cheap.
Let's see here. I'm going to say that he's going to talk about an EP 2 times. What do you think? Got a number for it?
I don't know. That's a good one. I'll take the over just to be fun.
Very lucky in my career to have a few of those, a few pillars, I guess, of those types of films where, they do live on and they mark, kind of an earmark in every family in each generation as that kind of handed down that the parents love, that the grandparents love. And that's the amazing thing, because think about it this way, when Stand By Me came out in 1986, who was its wide appeal? It was a rated R film.
Now, not to take away from it, Stand By Me is a really good movie. It is. The Goonies is a really entertaining movie. But I have watched those movies at least 5 or 10 times recently in the last 20 years. They don't they meant something differently when I was a child versus now. Because there's other movies out in the world that kind of speak to you. And Stand By Me and the Goonies do not speak to me.
So you don't think they
kind of entertainment, like popcorn entertainment 80s movies?
Do you think so how old were you when you first saw like the Goonies? Were you 13?
I was a little kid for sure. Yeah, I was under 10.
Do you think little kids nowadays would like that movie?
I mean, if it was introduced to them early, probably. If it was something that was like when they're 10 and they're going to show them like, oh, this is what I watched when I was 10. I think the little kid would be more interested in the phone.
Yeah, you're probably right. Or some anime stuff.
So it's like, yes, it meant something different when I was a little kid versus now, it's just like, okay, it was a thing. And I'm a movie guy, so I'm not like running to Corey Feldman's doorstep saying, Corey, anything I could do to hold your balls? Can I hold your balls real quick? I'm
you're
not
like
doing that.
It was a movie and I liked it.
Yeah, it was a movie and I liked it.
You're not going to glaze on it nonstop like this guy is.
Yeah.
And its appeal was for the older folks, those folks that were parents and grandparents in the 80s, to harken back to their childhoods and remember what it was like when they were in the 50s as little kids having those adventures. That's the target audience. So that target audience brought their kids, and those kids themselves because it was for young boys. So they were able to enjoy it with their parents and with their grandparents. So now those kids have grown up, and those kids have their own kids, and those kids are now enjoying those adventures. And some cases, it's even their grandkids that are going and watching.
I beg to differ. Those kids are more interested in phone and stuff like that. We didn't have that back then. We pretty much had the movie or the TV show.
I will say, if it's like I have, little kids, and every either Memorial Day or Labor Day, we would do movie marathons. And I made them. I'm like, we're watching all 6 at the time Star Wars movies. We're starting at 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm gonna make breakfast, or Lord of the Rings, or some other. That does stay with kids, even if it's out of their generation. But if they remember watching it with their families and having a good time.
How many times did they look at their phone though? How many times were they paying attention the whole time, or?
No, there was no phones allowed.
Oh,
I didn't do. If you're at the dinner table or you're hanging out with us, put your phones down. That wasn't allowed. But for them, until they got older, then you're like, whatever. can't fight City Hall.
Yeah. Huh. Okay.
Watching that movie. So we literally have like 5 generations of kids that have grown up as this is their fable. This is their story of what it was like in the 50s. And even though I wasn't around in the 50s, I have no idea if we did it right, but we still know that that is the landmark of like, this is what life in the 50s was like. And what we had to base it on was things like Happy Days and, The Outsiders and movies like that, where we saw, okay, this is what life was like in the 50s. Now we want to try and recreate that in our way.
June the 13th, 7:30. It is Jerry O'Connell, Will Wheaton, and who's joining us right now, actor Corey Feldman, will be a part of Stand By Me, the viewing, and then, obviously a little Q&A session going on afterwards as well.
What? It's more than that, Andy. It's more than that. People think, it's a Q&A, but it's called Stand By Me Live for a reason, because we don't just do a Q&A. Q&A is boring. What we do, when you get the 3 of us up there,
I get
there's
my
so much
band
energy,
out
there's so much.
rock and roll and fucking shit, and I bring out the Duff and Slash.
He should do Corey Feldman's open mic. You just can get up there and play guitar with Corey Feldman. Maybe do a little karaoke.
Corey Feldman should do a one-man show, just him standing up there with a microphone.
I would love that, and I would go.
Action, we're running all over the stage. We everything from trying on old costumes to actually bringing scenes back up and running them live and doing recreations. And
see, here's the thing. Okay, so I was just looking at it, and Stand By Me came out in 1986. Okay. Computers were for rich people. We weren't rich. We didn't have computers.
This is true.
We had a television set that weighed 300 pounds that sat in the living room. Yep. And we couldn't afford to have TVs anywhere else other than the living room.
Yep.
So the opportunity to see a movie like this was pretty great, because once it was out of theaters, they could play it on regular TV because they didn't cuss. It was family friendly. So I had a lot of opportunities when I was super young to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
But as I grow older, it's just a movie that I liked. It didn't have an impact back then to me.
Mm-hmm.
I can give you a list of movies that hit me harder, that I actually had some sort of emotional response to, other than fucking The Goonies and Stand By Me, which were just movies that I liked, and it was like, next.
Yeah, I hear you.
So he has a lot of personal connection to it because he was in the movie, but he speaks of them like they're the greatest movies of all time, and it's like, bro, they're good, but I wouldn't call them the greatest movies of all time.
Especially Stand By Me. I wouldn't. Goonies, maybe top.
Have you watched Goonies lately? It's a hard watch because it's very dated.
I have not watched it. From what I've heard from people, you especially, you love it. At least you say you really were taken by it when you were younger.
2026 goggles, it's very dated.
Okay.
And bringing special guests and lots of comedy, lots of improv comedy between Jerry and I, because we're just always on each other. So, I mean, it's just a really, really...
Lots of improv comedy. So basically, you guys are busting each other's balls and you're calling that improv comedy?
Man, it's not whose line is it anyway.
No. I guarantee you didn't go to fucking Second City and take some improv classes and say, okay, we're going to do this. No. You guys are probably busting on each other, calling it improv comedy.
Yep. So far, though, zero mention of his EPs.
Yes, zero. Yep.
Do you know how many mentions? Do you know this going ahead, or are we learning this together?
No, I have not. I didn't listen to it. I saw it, and I'm like, I wanted to get a natural reaction of it too.
Fun night. Not just the film, but the live portion afterwards is actually equal as far as the entertainment value to the film, because it's a lively show. And then after that, we do a meet and greet. So it's a really fun, full throttled evening.
Well, and Corey Feldman joins us. I should tell you, too, I have a sponsor that's Andy Moore, and they'll appreciate me mentioning this to you again, Andy Moore, Buick GMC. I'm actually John right here. When I say Andy Moore, Buick GMC, yeah.
I'm sorry.
I'm a confusing son of a gun right here, Corey. Don't get me wrong.
Sorry, John.
So you got the host's name wrong? Whoops. Boy.
It's a living.
It's Corey Feldman, the actor who joins us here on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline. Did you know at the time when you were filming this that maybe you had something incredibly special on your hands?
Yes, we did. In fact, the film itself was a very small film. Don't forget, I had just come up doing movies like like Goonies, Gremlins. These were very big budget films, $30 million, $40 million. And then we went and did Stand By, which at the time was called The Body. And it was a very small independent film that was made between $4 and $8 million. Which, by those standards was a small film. But in those days, actually, $8 million was still a lot of money.
I'm going to unhum him. Generally, a short indie film is any movie that is under $1 million. So you did not have an indie film there, Corey Feldman.
There you go. There's your actually of the week.
Actually of the day.
That's a good idea.
Anything under $1 million is considered a low budget film.
And it's still a lot of money now, but $8 million was definitely a lot of money then. So it wasn't a small, tiny movie, but it was definitely a lot smaller than what I was used to. But still, we knew that there was something so special about the script. I mean, first of all, the fact that it was a Stephen King adaptation. Everybody loves Stephen King's books, and The Body, was a novella, but it was no different. It was a very gripping story that people really seem to resonate with. And then you have, Rob Reiner's second film. So all he had done prior to that was Spinal Tap. So we all knew that he was an aspiring up-and-coming director that was quite a genius and would be a privilege to work with him. We knew that the material was great, the script adaptation was great. So we were all excited about the idea of having a project we could sink our teeth into. Now, did we know that it would live on for 50 years? Nobody could have predicted that.
Yeah, it has been amazing. I should ask you too what Rob Reiner meant to you over the course of starting.
He worked with him 45 years ago, and he's still best friends and never talked to him since.
But like a couple of days after Rob Reiner died, I think Corey Feldman was saying, "Well, I spent like every day with him over the past." It was just a load of bollocks, as the English say.
Yeah. Okay, so they got extremely lucky to tap into actors that hadn't quote unquote arrived yet that would have garnered a bunch of money. So in that aspect is they got extremely lucky. Because if you were to translate the actors that are in Stand By Me into 2026, it would have been $50 million.
Yeah. Now was Stand By Me one of his first movies? That group of guys that were in the movie, was it before Goonies and stuff?
I don't know. I think it was Will Wheaton's first movie.
Okay. The reason I ask is a lot of these movies, like The Outsiders, I remember when that came out, and every single female that went to my high school wanted to see that movie because the boys were cute.
Oh, I could see that.
But why I'm asking is was Stand By Me before? Were they too young for girls to want to go see them in a movie?
Probably not. But it's hard to say. I don't know. I'm not a girl, so I don't know. I'm not 100%. I'm just saying, is at the time, who was the stars? Richard Dreyfuss was a pretty big star.
Oh, sure.
John Cusack was a pretty big star, but he only had a bit part. And Richard Dreyfuss only had a bit part. So it's like your two biggest stars were barely in it. They were only in it for like a scene.
Yeah, maybe well, I don't remember and I don't know, but it's based off a Stephen King book and he was massive back then. So that may
so you had River Phoenix, Will Wheaton, Corey Feldman, Jerry O'Connell, and Kiefer Sutherland, who all hadn't arrived yet. They were all still super young. I mean, Kiefer Sutherland, obviously, he's got a father that was very successful, but he still hadn't arrived yet. So they took advantage of the fact that these guys were just beginning their career, and then they all kind of blew up in their own way, basically.
Yeah, the studio took a gamble on these kids, and you're right. Pretty much all of them blew up to some level of stardom.
Yeah. So at the time, it's only $5 or $6 million. But if you were to take it nowadays, it'd have been an insane amount of money that they would have spent.
Mm-hmm.
Insane. Because Kiefer would what, 20 million?
I'm sure.
John Cusack is probably up there too.
Yeah, Corey would at least want like 10 grand. I'm sure
he's got to pay the extra wives. So
he's got to pay the bimbos. Yeah.
That film in production to how it resulted with the news of now a couple of months ago and the profound effect, the impact that's had on you.
Well, I'll tell you, Rob was a great guy. He was a sweetheart of a man. He was very kind. He was very funny, but he was also stern. He knew how to be assertive, and he knew how to get his point across and get what he needed out of his actors. So that's why he was a great leader. We laughed, we cried, we had incredible moments of faith on that set. Everything from enjoying days off together. Rob was a great guy because not only was he a brilliant director, but he also wanted to make sure that the kids were having fun on the set. So we did fun things. He would plan.
And then, in the studio, basically cashed their chips in, because at this point, Stephen King would already have Misery was already out and won an Academy Award.
Yeah,
so he already had quite a record of making hit movies with his writing.
Even before this time, wasn't Carrie? Was Stephen King? That was a big movie.
Was it Misery was too? Was it Stephen King?
Misery was Christine, Pet Cemetery. He had like a big run of movies.
Yeah, so he had already had a run of movies that were successful. So they might say that they took a chance, but the writer already had a hell of a career by that time. So it's like, they were cashing the chips in, but that's not that much, really.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Crafting or going on SUV dune buggies, sand dunes on a day off, or a softball game with the cast and crew. So that's the kind of stuff that he would think about. He didn't want us sitting around bored on our weekends. He wanted us to continue to be active and to continue to be interacting with one another, to keep the chemistry real and to make it feel like we weren't leaving the set. You know what I mean? So, that all in and of itself made him a brilliant director and a great guy. But on top of it, I felt like he was a friend. And, we did see each other sparsely through the years, but obviously hearing about his tragic passing and the fact that all three of us had just reunited was so eerie and otherworldly. And, it's very
basically we said hi in passing, and then it was the greatest moment of my life. That's what he's trying to say right there.
Yeah, actually, I can't lie though. That was a wild ass story how he died. I mean, I hadn't thought about it since it happened, and I'm like, God damn, his son was all whacked out and killed his parents. That's some fucked up shit.
Is that a reflection on the parents if the son takes them out? Is there any kind of reflection?
I don't know. In my experience, I've seen good parents have bad kids sometimes. Sometimes kids, I don't know. Not necessarily would be my answer to that.
Yeah.
Emotional. It's very emotional because he was like a surrogate father to all of us that summer, especially me because I didn't have any parents on the set. And I really looked up to him. So it's been really tough. I mean, obviously the way he died was literally the worst fear.
How did he not have parents on set? Because he's under the age of 18. That's required by law.
Well, I don't know. Was it back then?
Yeah.
Okay. Then he's lying. Would be the obvious answer.
Because if you're not so if it's during the summer, then you don't have to have a school teacher. But if it's during the school year, you have to have a school teacher there for teaching them when they're not on scene, when they're not filming.
Okay, so if it's in the off season for school, do the parents have to be there?
Yes.
Okay. You can't
there always has to be a parent or guardian present.
Okay.
So either Corey Feldman omitted that, or somebody else was his legal guardian. I'm not sure.
Right.
It's a little
I'm
weird.
Mr. Feldman. I'll be here watching Corey. Yeah.
Way anybody would want to go. I mean, that takes the cake. I mean, there's no worse way to exit this world than the way that he did, and his wife. So I just, I hold them in prayer and just, hope to God that they had a safe passage into heaven and they're resting peacefully.
So Corey Feldman, the actor, is kind enough to join us now. I'm curious too regarding Teddy Duchamp. Your character, was that the focus for you from the outset when you were brought into the project, or was there some knocking around of ideas of maybe characters here, characters there, or was it always Teddy for you?
No, it was always Teddy. I auditioned for Teddy, and Rob knew it right away too. I mean, when Rob saw me, he said there was no other actor that could possibly have the amount of pain behind their eyes as I did. And that obviously came from my very abused, troubled childhood. So, he recognized it right away. And I think it was probably a great relief to him that my mother wasn't on the set every day. But yeah, no, it was, I had a rough upbringing.
Yeah.
And we saw that and we brought that into the character. And I think that's why that character is so relatable to any kid who's ever been abused, but still tried to love his parents. I think that, so many people can relate with that.
Did many of those lines actually hit home for you during the filming?
Well, I don't know about the lines because, all the script was written in a type of otherworldly language, because it was a timepiece. So, the way we were saying things and the things that we were saying might not resonate, but the emotions and the physical actions of what we experienced resonate with everybody.
So Corey Feldman, who is on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline, again, coming up here in the month of June at the Murao National Center. This is going to be really fun, as Corey was talking about. It's more than just sitting around.
I'm still messed up about him saying that he didn't have a parent on set.
Well, that's what he said. I don't know. You calling Corey Feldman a liar, Derek?
I am calling him a liar. Give me 1 second.
He's going to block you again on Twitter. Double block you.
He's gonna unblock me and be like, "Fuck you," and then block me again.
And then he's going to strike your channel too, Derek. You better watch out. I will give him credit. He's not mentioned his music.
Not yet.
I would if I were him. I do it on this show all the time.
Because during the 60s and 70s, film sets were kind of wild because people doing coke all the time because they were filming the entire time.
Yeah, good old days.
And then at some point there was a shift where they said we need to change it up because it's all messed up. Even in the 1970s, California child performances were protected by state law. This included the requirements of a child actor to be accompanied by a parent or guardian.
Okay.
Chalk one up to the good guy. I'm ready.
Nice one. Myth busted.
Liar.
Nailed it, Derek.
Liar. So he must have had a buddy or somebody else's parents that are like, oh, I'll just stay with him. He had to have. By law, he had to have.
Maybe. Could be. Maybe Charlie Sheen.
I've been talking about
How about that
Could
for
be
inside
Charlie
baseball?
Sheen, that's why
Like
he's
that?
a little...
Quicker than Anthony Cumia over here.
This film from 1986. There's going to be a lot going on with he and Will Wheaton and Jerry O'Connell. Murao National Center tickets available right now, June the 13th. Stand By Me, the film. And Corey is with us right now. I did want to ask you this. You've done so much, and you were essentially the 1980s for most people out there. I mean, you were a significant foundational piece, or as you mentioned earlier, a column of the 1980s.
So
what was the
sick of
most
talking about the
enjoyable part of that for you, whether it's in film or just fringe?
At the time, he probably had no idea. He was just, where do I go? Over here? Okay. Where do I go? Over here? Okay. Do a thing? Okay. Over here.
Here's where I sort of empathize with Corey in that he's tried to do so many things since then. And all anybody wants to talk about are the glory days, as Bruce Springsteen would say. Remember back in the 80s? Remember when people gave a shit about you? Remember
that one time at band camp?
45 years ago when people thought you were cool. Talk about that. Remember?
Chip or whatever you were doing in growing through your very young career at that time?
Well, I would say it's trials and tribulations, my friend. There was a lot of adversity in my life. But there were good times too. But it was a lot of work. I mean, understand I was putting out 3 films a year, and these weren't small films. So, studio films doing 3 films a year, that basically takes up your whole year, and then you have no time left.
He hates
that was
this.
kind of my life.
Oh God!
Either I was working on films or
I can feel it.
TV or whatever. So I really didn't have a life. I just had a kind of a business, and I just worked all the time. But that said, I also had some great memories and great friends. And
memories. By the way, have you heard Ascension Millennium? It's
almost every person that I really loved
10 years
from
ago.
those days is gone. I mean, I could give you a list, but it just keeps going and keeps getting longer. But
I hope so.
Corey Haim obviously gone.
He needs
River
to.
Phoenix gone. Rob Reiner gone. Michael Jackson gone. Sam Kinison gone. I mean, all of these people were so close to me. They were my family. They were my brothers. Paul Rubens, who played Pee Wee Herman, big, very close friend of mine. He's gone.
Why are all his close personal friends dead?
Director, he's gone. I mean, so many.
Yeah. By the way, here's a news break on Frames and Rhythm.
To do with that.
My best friend in 1978 was John Lennon. There, I said it, Derek. An exclusive on Frames and Rhythm. He was. Me and him
made
were
my
tight.
life. Even my family, my grandparents. I just have lost so much since then. So I think, if anything, I go back to the '80s, and I think that was a time of innocence, and it was a time of.
That is true.
Gosh, so much love and so much friendship, so many great people in my life that I'll never get to see again. So, thanks for the memories.
Yeah, hey, Corey, and I think about it. We're about the same age. I think about it in these terms as well. And I don't know if this is wrong or right, but we take away so much enjoyment of what you and a lot of those names, all of those names you just rattled off there. Now that they're gone, the enjoyment that you brought us, and it's tough for us to separate that, but it hits home with you because it is impactful, it is profound, because you were going through real life circumstances. You weren't just able to enjoy all that like we were, and it's just a huge difference there.
That's right. Yeah, no, I was working my butt off every day. So, but there were some great times too. I mean, I got to go to Michael Jackson's house. I got to go to Neverland. How many people can say that?
What's your favorite Michael Jackson song?
Oh God, I probably couldn't pick just one, but I've always been, as far as like if we're talking the dance side, I would definitely say "Smooth Criminal" has always been it. I mean, that since the first moment I walked up.
"Smooth Criminal," which was later. You don't like any of the early shit or the Jackson 5 stuff, Corey? Come on, man.
I just don't like the audacity of this DJ or whatever his critic. It's so jive. Like in the middle of the interview, just but hey, what's your favorite Michael Jackson song? Like, shut up.
Okay, so that he threw him a bone. He threw him a bone.
Well,
EP's gonna be is happening. He threw him a bone of music.
Off the Wall is the correct answer, but go ahead.
Yeah.
Onto the set, and I heard that song for the first time playing over the loudspeakers, and I said, "Oh my God!"
Oh, you're right,
this
Derek.
song is going to be something else.
Can you do that lean? Could you do that lean back in the day?
No, nobody can do the lean.
Nobody can do the lean.
It's a magic effect. It was done with strings, but I can do pretty much anything else in that video, just not the lean. Man.
Don't ruin this. He wasn't using strings and stuff. Well, I don't want to hear that. That's
Shout
real.
Shout out to Corey for his restraint.
I don't want to know it. I don't want to know it.
Derek, you're right. It took me a second to understand what you said, but they just pitched him a nice soft pitch right down the middle, and he could have gone right into. Well, "Smooth Criminal" is my favorite song, and you know what? A band that covered it, Alien Ant Farm, did a great version that I got to guess. I would have said that. Corey Feldman, good for him. Showed restraint.
Oh, he didn't want to shill his music or shitty music.
Yeah, I would have taken that.
But I want to know that that's real because
they're on suspension belts. I'm sorry. I hate to bring it to you, but it's a great optical illusion. It
that and Motown 25 are two of the greatest dance moments.
I still watch that. Have you seen that?
Oh, hell, everybody saw that back in the day.
Oh,
that was crazy.
Well, he did
so
the thing
good.
with the Jackson 5, and he's like, okay, if we're going to do this, we're going to do it like we did on the Ed Sullivan Show. And then if you watch both of them side by side, they do it exactly the same way.
Yep. And forget it. The moonwalk, everybody the next day was going, did you see that shit?
Yeah.
How did he do that? That was
a huge
iconic
deal. I still watch that shit. So, and because the songs are just jams.
One of the best live well, he was lip syncing, but one of the best performances of all time to me.
I remember in my lifetime right there. True story right there.
Yeah, exactly. And I got to be on the set. I got to watch it over and over and over. And not only that, but I got to sit next to him in the dailies. So the dailies are what happens at the end of every day's shoot. You go back and you sit with the entire cast and crew in a screening room and you watch the stuff that you shot, the footage you shot from the day before. So I got to sit in the screening room at Michael's side watching all the footage from every day's shoot, and then, watch him on the set as well. So what an incredible gift that was, I assure you.
My goodness. It is Corey Feldman with us, and he's kind enough to join us today on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline. He's going to be back in town. I say you're going to be back. I know you've been here before. I think you were in Brown County recently as well doing a concert because you're also a musician. So
here it goes.
This is not your first time here, is it?
Here it is.
No, I come to Indiana all the time. I'm always in the area. I'm always in Illinois. I love that part of the country. So I'm very excited to be back, but I go there quite frequently.
Well, here's hoping that we see you once you get back in town, because this was a very enjoyable, enlightening conversation. And I thank you very much for joining us today. We're going to send all of our listeners to your show, you and the guys there. That's going to be
So, yeah, shout out for the ride with Jim or JMV on the Fan.
I got to take our boy Corey to task, though. He was too nice.
Yeah,
at the end of it, they threw him a line.
The EP thing, so he had restraint.
Like, oh, you have a band? Oh, as a matter of fact, I do have a band. It's called The Prominent Citizens, available on Spotify, Apple, Amazon. You can now buy it on Bandcamp.com. I would at least give him a 15-second chill on his music.
My question is, I wonder if his people basically said, can you just talk about the movie, because they only have 10, 14 minutes or whatever, 17 minutes.
Maybe. Or he's been around the block.
You would think so, but there's people out there that have been in the industry forever that they just do what they're told.
If this guy gave me a 15-minute spot on his radio station, I'd be like, all right, you're going to play Cinnamon. That's 11 minutes. And then you can ask me about it for 4 minutes and I'm gone.
Yeah.
Corey should have told him to play. They could have played one of his songs for fun.
Maybe.
But whatever. He's trying to shill the show he's shilling. And I appreciate that he kept it to that. He's a better man than I am.
So you ready for a Corey Feldman flashback?
I'm always ready for more. Oh boy.
What? Corey Haim and Corey Feldman are giving out their.
What the hell is this?
If you call 1-900-909-3700, you can listen to their private phone messages and get their personal number where you
know what, Derek?
Your own. $2 the first minute, 45 cents each additional minute. Ask your parents before you call. 1-900-909-3700.
If you call me right now, I'll give you my private number. You call that number and
I'll give you my private number.
I heard.
I wonder how many fucking losers call that wanting Corey Feldman's or Corey Haim's phone number.
Let's see, 3,700. Let's see where it goes.
To make calls to this number.
Nope.
Oh, it's a dead number. It's dead.
Dead number. I just got hung up on by the two Coreys. I'm offended, and my life is ruined.
Call that number, leave a message, and I'll get back to you in 2028. Oh, I can't. I'm dead.
He's still answering messages in heaven.
Personal number, if you call that, and we'll wrap.
And we'll wrap.
I'm disappointed. I'm like, finally, I can call Corey Feldman. And the number's dead.
Do you remember those, regardless if it's the Corey, do you remember those hotlines?
I remember the hotlines from the Corey, WCW hotlines, WWF hotlines. I remember party lines where you would legit call a number and hook up with people.
Oh, really?
Dude, I swear there was a number you'd call and it was always local. There was local like party lines they were called, and you get on and there were girls and guys looking for something to do when you're young. And if you got lucky, you'd say, hey, let's meet up at the 7-Eleven up the street and we'll go party. and you could pick up girls that way.
Really?
Yes.
When was this? I don't remember that.
Late 80s.
Wow. Interesting. But I remember these stupid hotlines, and I wonder how many scammers would take their mom's credit card and just run it up.
Well, do you remember
thousands of dollars trying to talk to fucking Corey Haim or Corey Feldman?
It was like I was saying, the wrestling. Remember, Gene Okerlund was like the king of that shit.
Oh,
he
yeah.
ran that joint. It's like, yeah.
There'd be like bikini models like, you can call us.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's just like, I'm a little kid, like, I ain't stupid enough to call your ass.
I got to find a party line ad. Give me a second. I'm going to find one. Keep going. But party line ad.
Yeah, those freaking lines are hilarious. I was forbidden to go on those party lines because my parents are like, hell no. Hell no.
I hear you. It was the same with I'm stuck on a Nintendo game, and that was back before the internet. But in Nintendo Power Magazine, they'd say if you call, 1-800 Nintendo, some guy will help you get past the puzzle you're stuck on. And there were legit people that would answer your call.
Oh, really?
And you go, dude, I'm stuck on whatever, like level 3 of Zelda. You hook a brother up,
go over
and they
here
would
and turn left, and then go over here
Yeah.
and go into the tree.
But it cost you whatever, 50 cents a minute, $1 a minute, whatever it was.
Yeah. So was it like, I'm really stuck on it? Okay. Just so you could only spend like a minute or two.
Well, yeah. Here you go. Hold up, Derek. Hold up.
Wait a minute.
I got to hook up. A second. Just to let you know that this actually was a thing. This is an early 90s version of what I was talking about. If you can share my screen, please.
All right, hold on. Let me unscreen. Let me unshare my stuff and then give it to the Julio.
Bored again?
Yeah.
Interested in a new way to meet people? Just pick up the phone and call 1-809-544-CHAT. There's a party waiting for you. It's the Party Line. Talk with a new group of friends 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. What are you waiting for? Call 1-809.
Did you actually call it?
We called it and met up with girls. Literally, that's why I said meet at the 7-Eleven, because that's what happened. It's like midnight and you're bored and there's nothing going on. You call the party line, and sometimes there's girls on there and you start chatting them up and you can meet somewhere. It was a safer time back then, Derek.
That's crazy. I never heard of that.
Oh, it was great.
I was in
Good
my
times.
little bubble though, because my parents were like, I'm strict.
Well, I was
It was late 80s. So I was what, 8?
I grew up.
No, I was 10.
I grew up with just a mom, and my mom left me when I was 17, so I was on my own after that.
Oh, okay. So you were at the party line.
I was at the party line. We called it a few times, only had luck once, but we did have luck, and it was real, and it was nuts. You just, I don't know, dude. You're not doing anything. Let's fucking call up and see if we can talk to some girls, and I don't know. That was a fun time back then, Derek.
Yeah.
Good
All right. So I got one more. So we're gonna change this segment where do for musician of the week,
Mm-hmm.
and not do so many of the live performances
Mm-hmm.
because I enjoy that stuff and you enjoy that stuff, but it seems like everybody else don't enjoy it because nobody.
Well, see, that's
nobody's really
where
watching it.
that's where we differ, Derek. Because I don't give a shit if anybody else enjoys it as long as I do. But I'm good with you.
That's a good point. So we're gonna change it a little bit, and I'm gonna use the old bumper, but I want to change it to like we're gonna talk, and we're gonna not necessarily deep dive, but we're gonna talk about an album and
Good.
listen to the album and give our opinions and takes on an album.
All right, I need 30 seconds, and I'm glad you're doing this because I was going to be infuriated with you if you didn't do this segment after I
Oh no,
spent
we were
time.
doing it, but I didn't want to ruin the flow, so I'm like, you know what, we're gonna do it for the last segment. So that's
right.
what we're gonna do here.
I'll be back in 40 seconds.
Because we love talking about music but YouTube is such a pain in the butt trying to get playing any kind of music. It's such a pain in the butt. Oh, what's up, everybody? How's it going? Oh, thank you, Jim. I appreciate you guys. Thank you, Lady Bama, Scorpio. Rodney, thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you, everybody. Stephen Hilliard, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you, guys. So, just to basically kind of touch on what we talk about is we talk about, I'm a film guy. I made an indie film. I worked in LA. Julio has a band. Well, he had a band, but he does music. So we talk a lot about music and film. But then we also have chuckles where we'll talk about like actors that are in weird, precarious, like incidents and stuff like that. So we talk a little bit about comedians. So that's why we talked about Chrissie Mayr today, who's really getting it online because she's a comedian, and we talk about comedians, we talk about actors, we talk about musicians. So Jim did a raid for us. So we currently have 66 watching. So thank you everybody for coming and hanging out.
Chrissie Mayr was getting it in all inputs the last few days. I feel bad for her.
Thank you, Jim. Appreciate
What's happening, Jim?
Okay, so I've got let me grab my notes real quick because I listened to the album earlier and I was jotting notes down in my phone.
So did I.
Let me pull this up real quick.
Little inside baseball, Derek, if you don't mind me sharing. So we talked on the phone and came up with this idea that let's do an album every show, right?
Yes.
And then you sent me suggestions and I said they all suck. I sent you a suggestion, which clearly you thought sucked. So in the end, you picked the album that I had never listened to ever until today.
Well, we can refine this a little bit because
we're doing next week. I'm picking it. And
that's fine. So we all know that you're a Beatles guy.
Of course.
You know more about the Beatles than a lot of people know about the Beatles.
That's true.
So if we review like the White Album, you're gonna be very favorable about it. It's like, okay, so I might not be as favorable with the White Album because I do like the White Album, but I'm just saying is you're gonna be a lot more partial to it. So it's like, do we just do one random album, or do we do an album that both of us haven't really talked about or listened to or whatever?
Here's my thought. I would like to pick an album that A, people know at least a couple of songs off of, and B, maybe you haven't heard a lot of. So that way I'm sharing something I enjoy with my co-host and maybe turn you on to some good music and the chat.
True.
I'm not going to do anything super weird.
And we can do all stuff because we're going to be talking about it and not have to worry about YouTube hating us playing video of music. Because we love talking about this stuff. But it was like, got to figure out like a way that we can talk about it and put it in the show without YouTube slapping us down.
Yep.
Okay, so let me share my screen real quick.
Your choice this week was?
My choice for this week was the Presenting of the Fabulous Ronettes.
An album all the kids love.
So yes, this came out. It's got two really popular songs at the time. One of them is Baby I Love You, Baby I Love You. And then the other one was one of my favorites is which one was it? Do I have it on here? I probably don't. Okay, and then on the album is they did a couple remakes. Motown Records was not shy of if they had a band or a group do this song and it wasn't a hit, they were going to switch it to somebody else and see if they can make a hit.
It wasn't even like you didn't have to wait 10 years to do a remake back in the 60s. It was like if somebody came out with a hit in May, you'd see like 4 remakes of it in June.
Yeah. I heard it through the grapevine, had 2 remakes and both of them were hits, but they were done differently.
One of the covers they did first off, this is the Ronettes' only album ever.
Yeah.
Their only studio album. And really, it was just a collection of singles that they had already released, much like the new Prominent Citizens album, but I won't get into that. But they did do a cover on this album. They did a cover of, what the hell?
Chapel of Love. And we are going to the chapel and we gonna get married. That came out like a few years back, and it was done by the Teacups. I think that's what the name of them were.
They also did a cover of Ray Charles' "What I Say."
Yes.
On this
Baby,
album,
what
which
I
is
say?
maybe the worst cover of
Oh,
a
it's
song I've heard in a long time. It was awful.
Yeah.
They tried to
And-
make it sound like it was a live version.
Yes. I
And they
put that
just
on there. It
typed-
sounds like a live version. Doesn't sound good.
No, they're piping crowd noise in there, and they sucked all the soul out of it. You can't.
Yes.
That song without Ray Charles sucks. With Ray Charles, it's great.
Oh, for sure. So yeah, they had the two covers that I listened to, and I was just like, I don't like either one of them. I like the original people that did it.
Yeah, but this album had Be My Little Baby, which is a classic, Chapel
Oh,
of
yeah.
Love, classic, like tons and tons of songs. And the one thing I noticed when I listened to it, Derek, for the first time today, is that Zeppelin and Fleetwood Mac. All right.
Yeah, we're gonna
Okay.
definitely do Rumors. I absolutely love freaking Rumors.
This
Love,
album,
love.
this album is all production. It is all that Phil Spector sound. Really, really loud percussion. If you've noticed, the tambourines are up to 10.
Yes,
all
I
the
put that in
time.
my notes too. He called it the wall of sound.
Wall
so
of
there's
sound.
percussion, there's tambourines, there's singing, there's wooing, there's all kinds of stuff. There's snapping.
Lots of
Like, it's
wooing.
insane.
Yeah. And it sounds like they're singing, and the Phil Spector wall of sound, it sounds like they're singing in a cathedral. It's tons of reverb.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
whether you like it or not, when you hear a Phil Spector produced song, you know it's a Phil Spector produced song, and nobody's really duplicated what he did production wise. In terms of the songs, Derek, my opinion, they start to sound a little samey after the first 6 or 7. Kind of the same thing. And this is Phil Spector and Ronnie, whatever her name was,
Ronnie
but Ronnie
Spector.
Spector.
I don't know what her not married name
Maiden
is.
name.
but Ronnie.
Because it's all about her voice and his
Yes.
production. You could replace the other two broads with chicks off the street. It wouldn't matter.
Yeah, but it's one of those things where it's like looking at 1950s, 60s glasses and 2026 glasses. If I look at it in 2026 glasses, it's an okay album with 2 hits on it.
It's hard to judge it because it's of its time.
But it's of its time. And if you ask somebody, this is on the top 100 albums of all time.
Yeah, actually, Rolling Stone did in 2023 a top 500 albums of all time, and this was surprisingly only 494. I would have thought would have been higher because you could still drop these songs into a chick flick in 2026 and it would work.
Totally. Yeah.
It would
2 hits,
absolutely
sure.
work.
Yeah.
Because, girls hear this music, Be My Baby, because all the lyrics, Derek, are the same. It's Be My Baby, Don't Say Maybe, or it's
Her
either
voice was the same, the reverb was the same, and the
Mhm.
wall of sound was the same on most of them. It's just one would have more tambourine, the other one would have more drum, another one would
Mhm.
have keyboard, another one, but it was all kind of sounding the same. Like if you listen to the whole thing all together, the hits are great. I love the hits.
Sure.
But the whole album sounds the same for sure.
some of the non-hits were good. Some of the towards the end of the album, I think they were scraping the bottom of the barrel, sort of, until they got
Yeah.
to Chapel of Love. But there are some of those songs like, woof. I don't know about that one.
I was disappointed that they did remakes. I'm like, wait a minute, they only did one album and 2 of them were remakes of popular songs, and they were not good.
They actually made a comeback or an attempted comeback after Ronnie Spector got out of her divorce with Phil Spector in the 70s, I believe, but nobody cared and nobody bought it. And I think one of the Ronettes had gone batty, so she couldn't show up, so she picked 2 new Ronettes. Yeah, I think you can't actually do like 7 seconds is the rule.
Something like that.
Of the music?
Let me see what I can do. Give me 1 second.
Yeah. But Ronnie Spector's had a very interesting life, especially because of her, marriage to Phil Spector, who was kind of abusive. The remaining Ronettes, I don't know if Ronnie was involved in this, but tried to sue Phil Spector, saying that, he took all their royalties and they wound up making
And he
nothing.
beat her up real bad. Yeah. We did a big deep dive on on Spector.
And his
if
glorious
anybody wants
afro.
If anybody loves the deep dives, we did a deep dive on Spector, who was a complete genius and psychopath at the same time.
Many such cases that happens. Lots of geniuses are nuts. But it also, go ahead. Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, such a great song.
Yeah, it looks like she left the Ronettes at home. Where are they at?
Yeah, but it definitely was to showcase her talent, basically.
Yeah, Jonathan Marcus, I think that's true. That was my vibe exactly. It was cookie cutter music with a great vocalist.
Oh yeah, and the producer was iconic. So I think they were hoping on a great album with a great vocalist and great production, and it's going to be a hit. And 2 of the songs were hits, but other than that,
for anybody who's interested in Ronnie Spector's story, she was a frequent guest on the Howard Stern show in the 90s, and she told some wild ass stories about her time with Phil Spector. I'm sure there's clips on YouTube that you can find if you're interested in that, but you can't deny when I think Phil Spector, these are the songs I think of. The Ronettes.
Yeah.
Be My Little Baby, Chapel of Love. And it actually, in a sweeter note, it reminds me of my mom, because I remember her listening to this all the time.
Now, are you going to have to put some thought into what the next album we're going to talk about? Because we got some
somebody threw up, you know what?
Rumors by Fleetwood Mac, Zeppelin.
I'm kind of leaning towards Fleetwood Mac Rumors, because you and I were already talking about that earlier.
Oh, I love that album. So we can definitely.
So I'll get some videos up that I don't think will get struck. Maybe we can find some live versions of the song or something.
We'll have to figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
Even if I have to just clip like 8 seconds of a song, and then I could just play it real quick while we're talking about it, so that people have an idea. Because I got to figure out, like, okay, so there's channels that Dave watches where they clip like 8 seconds or something. So I got to figure out a way that we can do it. So this is the first time, but I enjoyed this. I enjoyed just kind of deep diving an album, listening to it, and giving our opinion. So I thought it was cool.
Taking a little trip back down a time before I was alive. But I remember as a kid.
Restrictions. We can literally do any album that we want. So it's like there's absolutely nothing that's restricting us. You know what I mean?
My frustration is there are channels, Derek, that will play an entire album and talk about it. I don't know. Yeah. I guess you just demonetize the video.
That's what I've heard, is you just demonetize it right away and just don't get monetization from it. But yeah, we'll have to kind of figure out. That's the only thing I can think of is just clipping out a 5 or 8 second clip of a song, and then when we're talking about it, I can just kind of play it real quick or whatever.
Yeah. All right. Let's do Fleetwood Mac Rumors next week.
Okay.
I know a lot about that album already.
Sweet. Are you down for Tuesday of next week?
Every week, Tuesday at 7s, barring some sort of crazy emergency. Yep.
Yeah. So, all right. Yeah. 7:00 on Tuesdays. Jim, thank you so much for sending everybody and coming hanging out. Please like and subscribe. Like I said, we talk about movies. We talk about music, comedians. Sometimes we get off topics. I have Dum Dum of the Week, which I usually
it's my favorite.
Find some complete moron and we make fun of them. We talk about Corey Feldman. So we have a Corey Feldman clip of the week. So we talk about Corey Feldman.
On occasion,
we have Musician of the Week, which is going to be turning into Album of the Week, really.
And on occasion, when we feel like it, we have a Baldwin of the Week, because that family's bananas and they always do crazy things.
Yeah. So we're old guys, so we talk about old guy stuff.
Yes, we do. Old guy.
Because if you look at our analytics, we don't have anybody under the age of 25 listening.
Nah, nobody. I mean, look, I'm old, but the Ronettes, I'm like, this shit is old. It's older than me.
Well, all I did was just went to top albums of all time to kind of get some ideas, and I saw that one. I'm like, well, that'd be probably a good first one to do, you know. But cool. Okay, so yeah, we'll do rumors by Fleetwood Mac next Tuesday.
I'm on it.
Sweet,
I got you.
Sweet. So, all right, thank you everybody for watching and hanging out with us, and we will talk to you guys Tuesday at 7 p.m. next Tuesday.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.